What's going on, Big Cheese? Good evening, y'all. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Miss Misunderstood is in the building. Good evening, Pammy Pooh's in the building. Rebecca Belt, my girl Sparks is in the building. Kimberly Williams, what's going on? What's good with it, y'all? Tap in, tap on in. Listen, y'all, if y'all don't mind hitting that like button, um, if y'all don't mind hitting that the like button. Also, um, D Ham is making his channel all about black hearts. So y'all flood the comment section with some of them black hearts for D Ham. Thank y'all so much, Miss Belton. Thank you so much, Miss Misunderstood. Thank y'all so much. Flooded. Thank you, Sparks. Thank y'all so much with the black hearts, and thank y'all for the red hearts. Whoever put the red hearts in so far, but D Ham is going blackout, especially Friday. It's Friday. We going with the blackout. What's going on? Come on in. Listen, who was able to catch my live from earlier this morning? Um, y'all will be seeing D Ham go live more often. I am monetized. There we go. I'm seeing them black hearts. Thank y'all so much. Um, thank you, Treasure. Yes, indeed. We going straight blackout over here. Um, Big Cheese, my dude. Y'all seen my live dedicated to Queen's Throne. Um, Shout out to Queen's Throne. Retta is in the building. Thank y'all so much for pulling up. Um, Queen Throne. And let me say this to any of Queen's Throne's conscious community that have subscribed to my platform. Thank y'all so much. For those that have came over and hit the sub, had so many people say I'm a new sub and subscribe, and I'm not taking no credit for those new subs. I believe those are coming because of the love they have for Queen's Throne. So I appreciate that love that y'all are rocking with your boy. Um, I believe that Queen Throne is a woman of wisdom. I think that she's doing a great work, and I respect the position that she she kind of comes with um, a no nonsense approach to the things that she's very passionate about, and so that right there makes me want to connect my the reason why I decided to come into this sector. It was to speak up for a man I thought was getting drugged, but I it's not based on gender alone. If I feel like a woman is being abused, I call it out. If I feel like a child is being abused, I call it out. I don't like cyber bullies. So anybody that know DM, I don't play with the cyber bullying. I don't like it. It's disgusting to me. I don't like bullies, period. But at the end of the day, I don't like cyber bullying. Um, so I have um, um, I've called out several people um, while trying to cover the saga. I called out Janelle for the nonsense he did to Brianna. And y'all know me, I have called out that brother. I've called out Maine for the nonsense I found out about him. I've called out uh, Brianna. I've called out whoever, Nate, anybody, right? I've went to war um, with people I felt like um, was irresponsible or was doing some things. So I have went to war. Um, but this dude, Chief Cali, I think that I've spent a little time dealing with Chief Cali. I don't have an issue with him as a person. I think that two things can be true. I think that he can be a cool dude, okay? Um, but his past is troubling. His past is very troubling. Not only is his past troubling, but he has used social media to be a terror um, to Kevin Wesley. And I have to understand that I've also went to war for Kevin based on what I seen him being cyberbullied by this brother Cali. He has terrorized this man using social media. He has terrorized, and I'm trying to use this word is um with enough dignity. He's terrorized this brother, and not only has he terrorized him, he's terrorized this man's wives. He's called his Kevin Wesley's wives um bitch baby mamas. Okay, he's called these women the B word, baby mamas. Um, and you have to ask yourself, what has Kevin done to this man to go? This brother has went 6 years on a tangent on YouTube and rallying up people who don't like him to dig, to try to tarnish this man's name, right? To put a stain on his reputation. And I just think it's not fair. It's not right. When you sit back and you listen to Callie's speak on Kevin, first of all, you got to think about this, okay? I want everybody to think about this. Think about and imagine yourself inviting a friend to a shroom party who you thought can handle it. Um, the shroom ceremony was really about spiritual enlightenment, right? That's what it was really um, there for. That's what they chose to do this shroom experience about, so that they can become more in tune with themselves in their God, whoever they pray to or whatever have you. And Callie accepted the invitation with no problems. He accepted the invitation. Matter of fact, he was intrigued and he wanted to be there. So if that be the case, that means him and Kevin had no issues prior to this party, right? Not that Kevin would be alarmed. Where Kevin, if Kevin would have known, hey, this brother is moving kind of a certain way, I don't think he would even invited him. But it was this man was blindsided by this brother's experience on shrooms, and so you have both of them talk about this experience where Callie and Kevin actually took their shrooms in Kevin's apartment together. And Callie was saying, hey, it was a vibe at first, he was feeling the vibe, whatever have you. So they go over to the big house, and that's when the shroom really began to kick in and have an effect. Anybody know anything about shrooms? Um, it comes with a lot of different side effects, where you have anxiety, you may have hallucinations, you may have illusions that may take place, and also you may have a bad um, experience based on if you ate anything prior or anything of that nature. It's going to it's going to have some type of effect on your body, and you're going to have these different um, experiences where you may be sick, you may lose all your body functions and things of that nature, right? So what we saw was, and I don't have the video. I remember Upper played what Kevin had played on Callie's platform, where Kevin actually had evidence of himself being there that night, and he had a hat on, a baseball cap, and he was younger, of course. This was about 6 years ago, and he was in a bathroom trying to deal with his experience with the shroom. And while he was in this bathroom, Callie began to, he felt like he was in this big mansion by himself. And under his uh, understanding, he thought that there would be, he thought based on what he's seen online prior to coming into this setting, that it would be similar based on there would be people watching over him, it'd be more organized, and it just wasn't that. So Callie finds himself on a couch, um, trying to um, go through his experience, and he finds himself having voices talk to him while he's sitting here on his couch and going through this exchange of different things that he need to be doing, and his voice is talking to him. So he's having his own experience. Not only did we see evidence from that night, we've seen two things of evidence from that night so far that I saw. I saw Kevin in a bathroom. Now, there was an instance that Royce Reed came in and tried to fill the blanks where Callie was missing. Callie had stated that once they found Kevin, where Kevin was in the bathroom the whole time, that Kevin came out and Callie had to go into the bathroom. And Callie said, "Hey man, can you show me where the bathroom is at?" So Kevin walks him to the bathroom, and Callie comes out the bathroom after having more of an experience and an illusion and anxiety and different things is at an all-time high. He comes out the bathroom and he asks Kevin, "Who was that walked me to the bathroom?" And he's asking him very um, vigorously. He's asking them with a lot of passion behind it. "Who was that nigga that walked me to the bathroom, nigga? Who was it?" You know, he said he only could see the eyes under the hat and something. He couldn't see the eyes under the hat, something like that. So Royce Reed tried to fill in the blanks and say, "I know what to say. It was a transgender that walked him into the bathroom." But she was all the way wrong, 100% wrong. So now she doesn't realize that because you want to make Dwight Howard this situation he found himself in legally, with a transgender calling him out about some things that probably took place. Nobody was there to witness it. You thought it would be a good thing to say who walked Callie to the bathroom was a transgender man, right? Or a transgender woman. And not knowing that Kevin has actual footage of himself being there that night. So she kind of was trying to help Callie's story. But what she doesn't understand is that there's a couple of things happening under this shroom experience. Callie is literally fighting his fears. One of the fears he actually talk about when it comes down to him being a Pisces, his Pisces sign. I'm a Pisces, and his Pisces sign is a water sign. It's a fish sign. It kind of describes you understanding that your sign is a water sign. And so Callie said he had to fight in the midst of his high through a fear of his that made him fight his fear of water. He has a fear. Think about what I'm telling you. He has a fear of water, and he's a Pisces, and he had to fight and get answers that night based on that fear. So there was a woman there that he said that was there that helped him understand his water sign, and that he was no longer going to be afraid of water. So he fought through that fear. But the other fear that Callie is not, he's is such a fear that he is not willing to accept that he has a homophobic fear. He's very much homophobic. And this fear, and I don't know where it comes from, but based on Nuck, which is his brother-in-law, said that Callie is gay. Now, I don't know if Callie is fighting this fear simply because somebody had probably told him he was gay, and he's in denial, or he definitely is not gay and he's in denial, and he's trying to deny it altogether. But it's very much ironic that your brother-in-law will come out and say that you put uh, contacts in your eyes to change your eye colors as a man, and you also put hair extensions in your hair, and he says that you are gay. Well, this will make sense to me, that you are now having homophobic fears at with the shroom high, because you're facing your demons, you're facing your wildest fears. And part of your fear is that you don't go along with homosexuals. Something about you say, that's not me. So while you're doing all of this hallucinating, and you're going through all of these different transitions and phases under the shroom, under the I think it's called uh, psilocybin mushroom. You're under this psilocybin mushroom, and you're doing these, and things are in motion. Part of being under this mushroom, and having this substance in your system, it causes your body to go through different uh, 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 m- motions. In other words, you can get motionally sick, right? You need to sit down somewhere, because you feel like the room is moving. You feel like things are closer than what they are. All these type of things begin to happen when you're hallucinating. So he sees that Kevin, when he finally finds Kevin after Kevin was missing for 2 hours, after 2 hours, Kevin has been missing. That's not a man that's trying to do harm or bodily harm to somebody that he hasn't even been in the presence of for 2 hours. This is a man actually going through his own experience of being under the psilocybin mushroom. And so if Kevin is going through his experience, Callie is now going through his experience at the same time. But Callie is looking for Kevin. For 2 hours, he said Kevin was missing. So this is not a man that's trying to do bodily harm to you. This is a man that's actually going through his own experience and trying to get through it and fight through his own experience. But what Kevin did was, once he came and he realized people were looking for him, he came and asked Callie, "Hey man, well, do you want a bite of this fruit?" Well, Callie decides that uh, fruit being offered to him is not a sign of gay. He said that he's seen hips shaking while being asked. Now, wouldn't one make you to believe that if you're going through this motion sickness, you're going through all of these different uh, uh, emotional, uh, uh, I guess, signs of anxiety, hallucinating, illusions. You understand what I'm saying? You're going through all of these different phases of being under the psilocybin mushroom. Wouldn't it make you also possibly see something moving that's really probably stationary? So if you saying, "Oh, he offered me fruit with hip shaking," well, the fruit we all know was there to help with the intake of the mushroom. It was not there to as an aphrodisiac. It was not there to try to lure somebody into some sexual deviant behavior. The fruit was there to actually bring this man into a balance with his body based on what you've been able to eat, or versus what you shouldn't be eating. So that we understood that they also took this mushroom with peanut butter. All of these things was to help with the taste with the mushroom, and as it sat in your system and begin to um, um, actually have some type of effect on your body. So you're doing all of these things in order to get your body in alignment with this substance in your body, in your system. So basically, he's going through these uh, transitions, right? He's going through all of these phases, and so um, Kevin has been haunted by this man for 6 years due to this experience that Callie has been on. And I wanted to make sure I highlighted that, because it's just a crazy situation where you would think that somebody you invite they're gonna have an experience. You're not surprised about their trip, but you're surprised that uh, there's gonna be some accusations that come out of it, and for 6 years you're going to be terrorized by a person that you invited to this experience, and to have this experience, to share this experience with. Now, basically, Callie is there on his own record. He got dropped off by his wife. So people that knows him knew where he was at. Um, so no, it doesn't seem like he was somewhere and nobody knew where he was at. He was, gonna come up missing or something of that nature. Um, the brother began to trip. Okay, he tripped. The other part of the video evidence that was actually shown was Callie's own trip. He was sitting on steps that night, and he was actually going through this whole laughing experience about a man with tattoos. There was two evidence of that night that I've seen so far. One was Kevin, which put the notion that it was a trans man that walked Callie to a bathroom. It was actually Kevin, because you can, based on what Kevin was wearing, he was the man with the hat and the beard. Um, then we seen the evidence of Callie sitting on the steps, laughing and having a good trip. The thing is, it got weird for Callie, and it has lasted for 6 years. This brother has been caught up in this trance of a trip that he went on, and he has not been able to shake it. And he has terrorized Kevin Wesley for 6 years. He done attacked his baby mamas, or his wives. He done attacked this man for 6 years. Can you imagine if you invite somebody to a party and for 6 years you actually regret the day that you met this person? Now that you invited them, and they try to turn the party out and make it into something it wasn't. This is what Kevin has been dealing with. Okay, so basically, me stepping in, I realize how severe this thing is. I realize how severe. When I look at Kevin, I not only don't think about him, but I think about what his family actually is going through, dealing with Callie and his accusations, and um, then it going viral more than once. Um, with you got Royce Reed comes in to try to save the day, and her accounts really messed it up further for him, but he still won't let it go. Right. So what I'm here to do is, I'm not only did I wanted to bring a little clarity to this mushroom experience that we is very much documented. It's very much documented. But what I also wanted to say is that yesterday or early this morning, I began to talk about Callie. Now, I don't have a personal gripe with this brother, but I do have issues with how he has been uh, cyber bullying and terrorizing a family. Okay? So basically, this brother has been doing the most. You hear me? So what has happened is that this brother is so uh, into himself, where he doesn't even understand when he speaks about his personal things. It's actually worse than the things that he's trying to accuse Kevin of. It's actually worse. The stuff that he's literally lived through in his real life, the reality of the situation is worse things than he has ever accused Kevin of being or doing. So this man has been on record of discussing the fact that he has beat his baby mama. But he's trying to tell the story as if he's the victim. Now, there's a couple of things that has happened with this brother. He's been with several women. I don't know how many baby mamas he has. It seems like it's more than three. It's three or more. And he has literally have had the worst experience in domestic violence that I've ever would want. Me as a man, I think it's horrible. The experiences he had with his baby mamas. These are some of the worst experiences that a man should find himself in. Okay, one of them, he beat the woman up until the police showed up, and he did get arrested from that incident. Okay, now whether they was able to get anything to stick, I'm not sure. I'm not digging in his arrest record, but this is out of his own mouth. He got arrested after beating this woman down, like until she was unrecognizable. Then he went on record, where I want y'all to catch it, where he literally tried to make it sound like this was the only time he's done something of this nature. But then says it was 2 times, and and both of these women caught the bad end of his wrath. Now, I want y'all to understand this. He said it was 2 times where they both caught, he said they, which is They, which means plural, caught the bad end of his wrath. Now, he has a brother-in-law who has came and confirmed that Callie got shot by a young little kid who claimed that he was protecting his sister. And his sister told him that he was trying to do something to her, and he was also putting hands on her mother. Now, who is they? So if it was 2 baby mamas, then we know the one that you claim you beat up. Could it be that this other woman you actually was putting hands on too, but she's trying to deny it, help you deny this thing? So basically you get shot by her son, and the uncle is to one of your baby mamas is coming out confirming what happened to you. This is coming from your own camp, from your own personal family, and they are confirming what happened to him. And based on what the uncle has said is that he was messing with a 13-year-old little girl, and the young brother shot him. Now, when the actual baby mama that came out to confirm her son shot Callie, she said her daughter wasn't actually a minor. She was actually grown. But she's saying that her daughter is a liar. Now, this woman has taken the side of her ex-man or her man, and she took the side of her man during when they were together. Now it seems that she's standing on it, that she's yet sticking by her man. Now, we've noticed that happens quite often, where a parent will take their man over their children. That happens all the time. So I want to play something, one of my lives. Let me try to get it up, and let's listen to Callie talk about it. And I may have to speed up sometimes because we actually did a whole full live. It was me and the men panel. We did a full blown live on this Callie situation, and I want to bring some clarity to it, because it was called Fight or Flight. It was on actually it's on my community wall, but we're gonna go through this a little bit today.
My ex-wife. Another thing that you have to worry about, I didn't hit her, but I got so mad, I punched the wall and I flipped her down on the table over.
Hold on.
Police was called. It was a scuffle. I never hit her.
Hold on.
Bad about themselves by talking about their weight, which is definitely.
We can all say that men do get abused, right? At some.
Yeah. Now it got to a point where I had no other choice but to defend myself because listen, my ex-wife, she's from Cleveland. She's a Cleveland city girl. She's a big girl, and she can fight. She's raised by. Now she says that like she was raised by rules or something, right? Well, let's explore that. She was raised by. What are you saying?
Hold on, y'all.
Ain't no way.
I'm sorry if I'm laughing. But man, he said this woman can fight.
She can fight. She's from Cleveland.
Man,
Is she an MMA fighter?
but she ain't no damn track star. You better run, nigga.
Exactly.
So what we're doing here is listen to Callie give himself an out. He's trying to explain away why he had to put pause on his baby mama. He said that she can fight. She's from Cleveland, and her uncles were gangsters. Now, to me, as a man, that still doesn't give you the right to beat down your baby mama. I don't care if she can fight. I don't care if she's big like Monique. I don't care about none of those things. Okay? If you're afraid of a woman that you sleeping with, I don't understand why you with her. So let's keep on going. You better get up out of here.
He sounds a little scared. Right.
Oh man. Oh, let me finish, man. I guess Kevin made a video. I got this off his community board. So you can go to the Truth Factory with Kevin Wesley and find this on his community wall. But that's where I'm at right now with it. Hold on. Let's keep on. Kevin must have did a whole breakdown. Man, peace, kid. Kev just came on in. You got the link in your text, Kev. You can just grab it from there, or if you need me to drop it, let me know. I seen you on another panel, so you're fine, man. We're okay. So whenever you want to come on board, you're more than welcome. But I'm gonna play a little bit more of this. This is something else.
These uncles been training her to be some type of prize fighter. They've been putting her through rigorous training, having her hit the mitts, having her hit the bags, having her work on her jabs, uppercuts, hooks. Right? That's what you're saying? And so somehow, based on the way these uncles raised her, now it makes her quite a man. Okay. Then you say, she's a big girl. I thought you liked big girls. So let me get this straight. You will get with a big girl because you like them. Then you'll make them feel bad about themselves by talking about their weight, which is definitely emotional and mental abuse, verbal abuse. And if they fight back, because they are big, you get to beat them up, right? That's how that works. You get to fight them like a man.
So let me say this, y'all. Callie, it's bad. It's just all bad. He said that he talked crap about this woman weight, which initiated the whole altercation. Now, you can't talk about no woman weight or calling her big or calling her. You can't psychologically abuse the woman you with, right? He mentally and psychologically abusing this woman, and here he is. Now let me play it because I don't want to keep stopping. I want to really because there's a lot of narrating going on. So let me play a little bit for you. Let me keep on playing it.
Because they're big. But did they attack you because you was attacking them? Why did she hit you? How did this situation begin? Now I can pause this video over and over and have a million things to say about what he's about to say. But I'm not. I'm going to let him talk. And I'm going to let you guys listen and think for yourself. All right? Now he's going to try to explain away physical abuse. I want you guys to hear this for yourselves, and we'll come back to it. You feel what I'm saying? So there was a moment where my bandana had fell over my neck. As you know, as I'm trying to hold her off, my bandana fell from my forehead to my neck, and she got a hold to my bandana and started twisting that bandana. And I could feel, my breath, being cut, so I had to do what I had to do to get that woman off of me. Now, I was arrested. For this. You feel what I'm saying? Because why do you think you was arrested? Okay, so I was arrested because of the way she looked when they. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. I gotta pause it.
Hold on. Hold on. Okay. Basically, the brother said he was arrested because of how she looked. Now, I don't think I need to play any more of that. He said that he his bandana came down over from his forehead to his neck, and she began to twist the bandana. And then he says he did what he had. Matter of fact, there is a part that I want y'all to hear. How y'all doing? We got Mr. Hercules in the chat. Mr. Hercules, you're more than welcome to come up and join the panel. I'm gonna drop the link. I don't know. I've never seen you on a panel before, so I don't know if you know how to get on it. But if you want to be on this panel, Mr. Hercules, this panel was for you. I actually called out your name yesterday when I was live and was hoping to see you over here. So I'm gonna drop the link for you right now. You're the only one that don't have the link. So you're more than welcome to come up. Other than that, y'all, it's an all men's panel. It's an all men's panel. We getting the men's perspective on this audio. Let me take it back just a little bit. Well,
Having her hit the bags, having her work on her jabs, uppercuts, hooks. Right? That's what you're saying? And so somehow, based on the way these uncles raised her, now it makes her qualified to default like a man. Okay. Then you say, she's a big girl. I thought you liked big girls. So let me get this straight. You would get with a big girl because you like them. Then you make them feel bad about themselves by talking about their weight, which is definitely emotional and mental abuse, verbal abuse. Breaking them down. And then if they fight back, because they are big, you get to beat them up, right? That's how that works. You get to fight them like a man because they're big. But they attack you because you was attacking them. Why did she hit you? How did this situation begin? Now I could pause this video over and over and have a million things to say about what he's about to say. But I'm not. I'm going to let him talk. And I'm going to let you guys listen and think for yourself. All right? Now he's going to try to explain away physical abuse. I want you guys to hear this for yourselves, and we'll come back to it. You know what I'm saying? So there was a moment where my bandana had fell over my neck. As I'm trying to hold her up, my bandana fell from my forehead to my neck. And she got a hold to my bandana and started twisting that bandana. And I could feel, my breath, being cut, so I had to do what I had to do to get that woman off of me. Now, I was arrested for this. You feel what I'm saying? Because why do you think you was arrested? Okay, so I was arrested because of the way she looked when they got there. And so I was arrested because of the way she looked. she's fighting him. He told them, this is all recorded on the recording. That was my daughter that called 911 as she was attacking me. Now, like I say, if y'all remember, my daughter, my baby mama my ex-wife, she kind of favors Monique. Like, she kind of favors Monique. But she's a comedian. Okay. When I say this girl can fight, and she, you know what I'm saying? So is this our is Callie excusing his part? Because we just seeing what she did. But what about Callie? What about Callie? What Callie do? For me to be physically in. Yeah, for you to be physically upset. Well, no, okay, so Callie, yeah, I'm gonna say, what happened? I want to know why the hell you end up in handcuffs? Yeah, because she caught the bad end of that. No, why she caught the bad end of it? Why she caught the bad end of it? Because I felt like I was about to pass out. So basically what I'm saying is I blacked out and I gave it to her. Wow. I gave it. You gotta remember, I'm telling y'all, this is not no little girl we're talking about. This is a city girl. Is she still a woman? Is she still a woman, Captain? She's still a woman. Right. Let me tell you. And at the end of the day, a man is more powerful than a woman in all this. At the end of the day, a man is more powerful than a woman.
Now he said he blacked out. Well, now you hear me about to narrate. Now he said he gave it to her. She caught the bad end of it, but he's also trying to hype her up as this woman who can really fight. It is his way of explaining why he beat this woman down. You understand me? So we know that he said he he got arrested and basically the cops couldn't do nothing but put this brother in handcuffs once they seen how this woman looked. That's what he said. So we dealing with the Cali situation, Lady Love. But let me keep on going. Right. Things he snapped. That's what Kevin told me. Yes, he snapped. Now, Alicia, I don't know. I didn't see her. I think I don't know. I didn't see her over there. Now I did see some of the live, but I didn't see her. Now he was with somebody, but I don't believe that was her. So unless they showed a picture of her, but she wasn't with the mom at that home yesterday, from what I could see.
You see, he think he quick on his feet, right? So he'll say one thing and then he'll follow up with that. You gotta remember, he's playing on emotion. You know, he knows his audience. He knows women are in there. He tried to play off emotion, but it's not gonna age well.
Yeah, that's exactly what he's doing. DTTV. He's trying to use the fact that she's a big girl, so kind of like that gave him the right to put hands on her like he did. You know what I'm saying? But that's no excuse. I mean, I can't stand men that put their hands on women, man. I mean, just our natural strength and aggression, I think will overtake any woman. So the best thing for us to do, man, in any situation like that dealing with a woman, is to leave.
Get up out of here. That was the King Pratt. That was Pratt, y'all. And you hear DTTV in there. So we having a discussion about this. I'm gonna keep on playing it. Come on, Pratt.
Because the thing is, and I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, you got some women that'll provoke you to that point. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I done dealt with some of them. They'll provoke you to that point, and some of them will actually try to prevent you from leaving the house. By taking your keys, by standing in your way, and all of that crazy stuff like that, man. So the only time that you would actually need to put hands on them, if they put hands on them, meaning physically remove them out your way. Right. If they're blocking the door, and you got a serious temper, things are going to spiral out of control, and grab them and move them out the way so you can exit their house, man. Because if you don't, it's gonna get crazy.
Right. Yes.
Wow.
Right. You have to be careful too. You have to be careful.
Yeah,
I know. Because man,
you gotta be careful.
I'm just saying because I have that happen to me. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get out the house. I'm getting cut up, and like I said, I pushed. You know what I'm saying? And hey, that was the end. You know what I mean?
Right.
So you gotta be careful.
Mm-hmm. You got to be careful. Now in this situation, I mean, the brother was getting. I guess you saying he was getting abused, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we can all say that men do get abused, right? At some point. But you got to still have boundaries.
Right.
And unless she got a weapon. Well, this is the thing, y'all. Okay, I need to speed it up. This is the thing. He said it was a bandana. Now I got several bandanas, y'all. If a woman get a hold of a bandana and trying to use it on me, it ain't gonna work. Okay, it ain't gonna work, y'all. So his version of the story is to make it seem like he blacked out because he was getting choked out with a bandana. So therefore you blacked out. Now I want you to understand this. If you're getting choked by a bandana and you black out and you go to beating on this woman, at some point the bandana is no longer the issue. You understand me? I see you, DT. But at some point the bandana is no longer the issue. You're actually physically harming this woman now. You took matters into your own hands and you're physically pounding on this woman. You understand me? So it's no longer the issue. Now, we can all say what starts altercations, but there's no longer a bandana issue because you can't tell me you got all of this space in room to swing and bust this woman upside her head and she's still holding on to a little bandana. Come on, bro. So at some point, the bandana is no longer an issue. So I understand how he's trying to sell his pitch to the women audience, but a woman have to be a little smarter than that. We talking about a Tupac bandana. That's what we talking about. What Tupac will wear around his head. That's the weapon. That's what you're trying to put your whole story on. It don't make sense. So basically, I wanted to understand that. Now, I want to get to some. I'm gonna have to speed it up because I know he's gonna say it.
Come on. Of course they're gonna run their mouth, but you.
Hold on. Let me pause real quick, y'all, because I want to find the part that I want to play, so I ain't got to play this whole video. So give me a second.
Is her leverage. She reaches and she grabs for the bandana. So she starts pulling at his bandana. Now all of a sudden, what does he do when he feels he's being choked? It starts punching, starts fighting. And he's trying to say that she was choking him. Sounds like you were choking her first because you just said it earlier. This is not a little body that you're trying to. She's bigger than me, is what I'm telling y'all. She's a big girl. Like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know me, I'm slim. Like, I'm a slim dude. Always been slim all my life. But look at this, D-Ham. He's trying to point out that this woman is big, right?
Right.
And so he also says she can fight like a man, right?
Right.
Now, if it was an actual man that was that much bigger than him and could fight, he'd have had his hands fucking full that day, wouldn't he?
Oh,
but notice, as soon as he started fighting back, within a matter of seconds, she was already beat down. Notice it didn't take no time at all. Right, because women are not durable, so they're not men. So you can't the sheer fact that you're making this excuse saying that she was bigger than you, but you easily beat her down, it should prove that you shouldn't be saying it, because you found out she was still a woman, didn't you? You found out she was still soft and weak. Because that's just because a woman eat a lot and she get big don't make her strong. We know muscle ain't fat. This nigga's cap.
Oh, wow. You get out of the way into the police arrive, and then you're supposed to put out an order of protection against her and get her and go ahead and press charges. But no, you beat the woman down.
Right. So what happened after the first punch? Like, after you hit her the first time, you felt good to keep going? Like, right. That's crazy. That's crazy.
You gotta think about that. It didn't say fight like a man. So you mean to tell me this overweight woman, you clearly pointing out that she's overweight. She throwing jabs straight from the face, or she hitting with them hammer fists from 12 to 6. So what is she doing? You ain't about to tell me she's sitting here with her thumbs on her nose.
Oh my God. Yeah, you're right, Kev, man. You're right. He all Kev. Give it up, bro. Don't come to Jesus meeting. Tell the truth.
Man, Kevin ain't missed nothing, boy. He heard everything. Let's go ahead. Let's see what else we got.
She's a city girl. You see what I'm saying? City girls are what? Okay, yeah. He's not gonna play with you. She's not. I'm not saying, look, country girls ain't it. But I'm just saying, I'm telling you what I know she was raised from. Her uncles are gangsters. And she was raised from that cloth. From that cloth?
I don't know if I would get through this, man. He said she's a city girl, her uncles are gangsters. Lord have mercy.
And again, them gangsters let you beat up they niece.
Like, right.
On, yeah, ain't no real gangsters.
Exactly.
Ain't no way. Let's go.
So Callie. Okay, so we got it. We get it that. We understand you, right? You ain't put your hands on women, you don't believe in none of that.
Right.
Why do you think, though, that men hit women, and why do you think women protect the men that does it? And no. Not so much that. First of all, why don't men hit women? Why do they think it's okay? And why do you think women go along with it?
Now, honestly, this should be an epiphany moment. Why do you think men hit women? Why do you think the women stay? Well, Callie just explained it, didn't he? You give them a set of rules that justifies you hitting them. You break down their emotional and mental faculty to where they don't believe nobody else will want. So they're protecting you because they believe in you.
And I must agree with Kevin on that. Where he said Callie is going to tell you is that he beat the woman down, or men can get away with beating women down for pretty much psychologically abusing them, mentally abusing him. And so that's what Callie says. Now, if he's dating a big woman, okay, and we all know that, when women don't feel good about themselves, or they feel like that, they're lucky to have a man because they're big or whatever have you, you can try to use that as leverage, so I think Callie has done both. You understand me? He literally trying to psychologically break the woman down, and when an opportunity presented itself, he beat her up and dared her. You know what I'm saying? So let's keep listening.
So they would adopt him and say, well, I did hit him first. I did talk back to him. I did have a tone. I do overeat. I do need to lose weight because they're playing by his rules. You understand? Again, they don't leave because you've mentally broken them down. And they protect him because they believe in the template that he has said that is the rules. I hit you because you did this. You a big girl. You tough. You was raised by your uncle. So understand? But they're all aloof here as to how this happens, right? Number one, they let this man escape and say, we get it, Callie. You don't hit women and you never would. No, he does hit women. She said, you don't believe in it. Well, he does believe in it. He just has his own justifications for when it's okay. See how that works? And the way he answers this question is very revealing. He's there for domination and control. So notice he says that his daughter called the police. Notice he said that he was holding her off. Notice it was escalated up to this point, right? She didn't just start hollering off and hitting him. So it's many moments we could have just left, right? But no, he'd rather go ahead and assert his dominance and control. This is why he goes into fight mode. Do you understand? Now watch him explain it. He's literally going to tell on himself. Listen.
Why do men hit women? I'm going to say this. It's for different reasons. Depending on who you're dealing with. A lot of times it's power and control. That's the answer right there. Men hit women and our abusers because they want to exert power and control over another individual.
Now right there, pause it for a second.
So, let me see if I can find the part that I've been waiting to get to, so I can end this this live video. Give me 1 second.
Put that on display. That's why I say they put this shit on display. When he make a video saying, Lacey, you a side bitch. You a side hoe. You a prostitute, whore, slut. When he's doing that shit, that's the same shit that he'll do to a woman inside the home. And you gotta think, if a nigga upload a video like that to a woman, he beat the shit out of a woman in person too.
Right. Wow.
On some levels, that's even worse to say things like that, to cut into it, because, man, it's very difficult for women to move past those type of insults, bro. Listen, man, like I said, you can apologize. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have called you a B. I was just upset. I was angry. She'll forgive for that a whole lot better than, my bad, I was sitting around calling you fat and shit. I really do think you pretty. You think she gonna believe that shit?
Right.
That's gonna play in her head, though. You see what I'm saying?
This is crazy. This is absolutely insane. I don't see why his brother felt. Well, I also want to separate that, because listen, y'all, you
will tell on you. Your body's gonna try to warn you. You will feel horrible around this person.
Right.
And you never get. Listen, I need your attention. I need you guys. Okay, I'm gonna let it ride.
Listen. There's part of it. You can go to that live. It's on my community wall. Where it's a part in there I wanted to play. I should have found it before I went live, and that way I would have already knew where it was at. But it's a part in there where he says that they got the bad end of my wrath. He's talking about two different situations where he beat on a woman, and he said they both got the bad end of that exchange of my wrath. And so what I'm trying to connect is the fact that his his brother-in-law comes out and talks about him harming a 13-year-old girl and beating on the mother. So the mother of that 13-year-old girl, and the mother is saying, no, that's not true. She tried to get her daughter arrested, and she also attempted to, she turned the son in for shooting Callie for what the daughter said that Callie has done to her and to her mother. So I think that the brother possibly could have been beating that woman too. She just won't admit it. Now, I know that there's situations out there where women will um, uh, cover for their abuser. Okay, so what I believe is happening is Callie's getting covered for his abuser. Went to uh, they both went to jail. The son was actually in jail, and in order for him to get out of his situation, they conspired to say nothing happened, or they didn't know nothing to add to what the cops already thought, that, whatever stories they already had. So they wasn't going to add to any of it because they just wanted it to go away. So they conspired, they came together, and they made certain that they worked together for the better good of her kids, which was to get her minor son out of jail and also send Callie on his way. So his brother-in-law said that Callie got missing after he got shot. He got up out of Dodge. It was definitely uh, a win-win for Callie. Now he's gonna try to go and find black and white paperwork that is not gonna tell you the full story, because he admitted to committing perjury on the stand, lying about his case. So he got up there and did a 1-2. So if he lied, I know the mama lied. I know the son probably did not go into too much of great detail so that he can get out of his situation. Not to say her son possibly had a public defender or an attorney that probably advised him uh, on his situation, on how he can get out of his legal situation. So all of this is happening. That's why I don't buy the mothers coming forward for Callie to vouch that the daughter's been lying and she got a problem with her daughter. I don't buy that at all. Okay, so we're gonna leave that there. My thing is, exactly, Lady Love. Now you own it. You own it. That's the part I'm trying to make. You just said it for me. Um, Gloria Dent says, "Man, you beat that woman plenty of times. Just admit it. The police just surprised your ass." He talks about that police exchange. He talks about getting choked up by the police, and I wanted to always make it make sense. If you are the victim of the shooting, why are you getting locked up? Well, first of all, and if you're getting locked up, why are they not treating you like the victim? So he never got treated like the victim. He was treated very hostile because I believe that there was more that they were trying to um, line up, that they couldn't line up with all the right people telling the actual situation the right way. And I believe that um, they were missing the young lady's testimony. That's what I believe. The young lady that claimed that uh, got her brother to shoot Callie, maybe she felt like she already did enough damage by getting her little brother locked up. And so I don't think they had her testimony. So that being the case, Callie was able to swindle his way up out of his situation. And now he's trying to use whatever court paperwork to justify why he got shot by his baby mama's young son. That doesn't give us the full story. So I'm not going along with that. You understand me? I think that Callie, I think that you are a menace out here on his social media. I think you need to give it up. The gig is up, brother. Too many people out here calling for uh to actually, you know, pretty much let us know who you are. And the gig is up. All of this, you a man of the community. You might as well, we're not buying it no more. We're not buying it. And I believe that Neo X needs to look back into some of these things. Now we're listening right here to Callie talking about he beat his baby mama up because of a bandana. Come on now. We're not buying that. We're not buying the bandana. Okay? We're not buying the fact that you said there was 2 situations where they got the worst end of your rap. Then you go into in the same video clip here that I'm playing that I'm not going to play right now, is you talking about beating your son up. Now, I'm not getting too much into that because you're the father. I guess if that's the way you choose to discipline him, then that's on you. But you said that you woke him out, and the way that you woke him out of his sleep was punching him and beating him down because he stole money that you say that was supposed to be for your car. So you do a lot of things, man, and you always find a reason to justify why you do what you do. But I know, as a man, it don't look good that you actually beat a woman down, made her unrecognizable until the police showed up, and then you're actually getting shot by a boyfriend, by your girlfriend's son. Okay? None of those look good. None of that sounds good. And it shows that you have been a very difficult boyfriend, to say the least. You don't find I don't think no I don't know no man. I really don't know too many men that found themselves in this much domestic violence situations because they're trying to find love and they're dating a woman with kids. I have not seen nothing like this in my life. Okay? So I'm just trying to bring some clarity to Cali. And if you know that your past is this checkered up, brother, how are you out here coming for Kevin? Where there's no victims, where there's no arrest records, there's no shootings of Kevin getting shot by a little boy for touching a little girl. None of this stuff is happening. Okay? We talking about some fruit, bro. This is the difference. And you were high as hell. So, me personally, I don't understand how you are antagonizing this man and his family, knowing all the stuff that you've been through. You understand me? Now, I thought it would be, basically when people stand side by side with Cali, you're gonna have to ask yourself why. Why are you standing next to this man, knowing he beat down his baby mama? You're gonna have to ask yourself these questions. Chatty Cathy in the building. Hey Queen. You're gonna have to ask yourself some of these things. It is not a good thing to be a man with all of these excuses why you beating up on women. That's not a good thing. So, me personally, man, I'm just at a point where I'm calling it out. I'm calling out the hypocrisy of you. Okay? Now, you as a person, you probably could have changed. You're probably not the same person you used to be when it comes to relationships. And you probably learned a lot of lessons. But that doesn't mean that your past can't be retracted. And we get to look at your history based on how you're coming for another man. You understand me? So, hold on. Lady Love says, but remember, Callie would have went to jail for what, every bit 2 years. The son wouldn't went for 7 to 10 more. She thought about he'll only do 2 years max. My son will go 5 to 7. She's protecting her. Yeah, exactly. Lady Love. Now you own it, Lady Love. I don't know how much you know about this situation. But it is a fact that her son needed to get up out of that situation. And you're not going to see these kids come and get on YouTube and start telling the truth about what they went through when it come to Callie, because her son life was hanging in the balance. He was about to do 7 to 10 years. for shooting Callie. That's attempted murder. That's attempted murder. And so Callie thinking because he got on the stand and he caught amnesia, that's your way of saying you ain't do none of the stuff that you was alleged of doing. No, bro. I'm telling you as a man, that doesn't give you your out. It doesn't. It's too many variables at play. And that's the reason why you didn't do no jail time all the way. That's the reason why there's no strong convictions here. Y'all played on the justice system as if that you just got shot and you ain't worried about who shot you. Oh, let him go. You know, he ain't mean to shoot me. No, he didn't mean to shoot you. He just didn't shoot you in the right place. Exactly, Healing Hearts. A bold-faced liar. A gun charge carries 2 to 5 alone. And who gun did the young boy get? Was it registered? See, all of this stuff, they probably was fighting, right? They're fighting this whole situation. So they're not about to fool me. I'm not fooled by one bit of it. And I appreciate y'all coming through and helping me out with this, because this is the issue. This is the issue we have here. And you've been coming for Kevin. And I'm like, okay, well, what do you have on the man? And see, I know a lot of people getting tired of Kevin, going live, speaking up for himself, fighting off these alleged allegations that they're trying to do with his name. But that proves that the man is willing to go down fighting for his name, his reputation, because he know they lying on him. Now, if you listen, you gotta if somebody got some real truth on me, I doubt if I'm gonna be going live every day to try to disprove what you got. That's real. You know what I mean? I'm not about to go out here every day swinging on something real that you got as evidence on me. But if I know you lying, you may see me go live just as much as you going live on me. And I think that's what we've come accustomed to seeing. Kevin going live because he know they lying. He know they ain't got nothing on him. Kevin know he just been a man trying to live his life, and he chose some of the wrong people. But that's if he's guilty of anything, that's what he's guilty of. Trusting the wrong folk. But Callie ain't got he ain't got nothing real on this man. And you want to sit up here dealing with your homophobia and challenge the man's sexuality. See, this is the thing. People love to expose a heterosexual man. Oh, that's what they want to do. But if you're a gay man, you can't make fun of a gay man's sexuality and his identity choice. But a heterosexual, look how this thing carried on for almost 6 years to try to make a heterosexual man into a gay man when he's flat-footed telling you he's not gay. See, and I ain't never really seen a man go that hard as Kevin has done. To say, no, I'm gonna stand up for my heterosexual sexual preference. I'm gonna stand up for it. And I understand it. I understand it because we may be in 2025, but back when this thing was really fresh, some people lost their life over these type of allegations. You know, it go deep. So you can't. I think that if Cali is struggling with his sexuality and he's trying to push it off, the best way, I'm gonna tell you, and I hope I don't offend nobody because you know you gotta be careful with this. But I've seen people, right, who I'll give you an example. Bishop Eddie Long. He was a man who he was a bishop and he worked out. So he had, all of these muscles and stuff. So when he wore his bishop robe, he had to get it custom made that, and it's oftentimes it'd be sleeveless bishop robes where his muscles, you can see he got muscles and he walk around, you know, like he's an all man. Like he don't play these games, right? And so not only that, but he was what was the name of the church? It was Jesus. It was in Atlanta, right? I forget the name of the church, but he did he did a march or he marched in the city of Atlanta against the LGBTQ community. So he did a march that to go against people who wanted to live alternative lifestyles. Only to come to find out that he was grooming men, young little boys, and he was doing sexual things to these young men. He got sued for it. And he settled out of court, right before his demise. But this came upon his ministry. It was called New Birth. New Birth is the name of the church in the city of Atlanta, Georgia. I believe Jamal Bryant is the pastor of that church now. But he was an influential bishop leader, and he really changed the trajectory of that ministry and brought that ministry to a household name called New Birth. But my point is, oftentimes you find people who want to come across very macho in their heterosexual preference to throw people off in a way to say, I would never do this. I will never do that. Actually, I stand against it. Somebody who go that hard to prove other people are, it'll make you question why. Why are you going this far? Why are you going this hard to prove somebody's sexuality, bro? As a man. Because listen, me as a man, I don't care. I'm not, you ain't gonna see me go live every day to prove Cali gay. Now, I heard the brother come out and say it, but I don't care. I know he put the context in and an extension, but my only point of bringing it up is because you're trying to bring these false allegations on Kevin over some fruit. So the same thing is being said about you. Do you understand where I'm coming from? So, but I don't care to go go live every day to prove that you're gay. So if a man is doing this, if a man is doing this, he's made it his life mission to expose someone's sexual preference. I've questioned that behavior. And I have every right to question it. It's very questionable. And I believe Callie struggles with it. That's why it came out like it did in his shroom experience. It was a fear. That's the only reason why I'm mentioning this. Appreciate it, truck community. Clips, appreciate you, my king. Salute to you. You understand me? Ain't no real man walking around here trying to go around here to prove that their homeboy was gay. Man, he offered me fruit. Hip was shaking. Man, who cares? Did you accept it? You know what I mean? I mean, why do it have to be national news? Why? Why are you going out your way to make this your national news? Why are you doing this? Why are you linking up with other members of the LGBTQ community to try to put this narrative or this to try to bring this man down a notch based on his sexuality? And he's coming, Kevin is coming out flat-footed saying that is not something I'm into. That's not me. That's not me. Do you understand me? So it's getting to a point, and I'm gonna let y'all listen to something real quick. It's a small little clip, so it ain't long. Give me a second. I'm gonna let y'all listen to something. Hold on. I should be about there.
That's false. That ain't
Here's the
true.
thing. Hold on,
We're gonna let Callie get to this. Unadulterated, no filter. And I need you to ask your question respectfully, whoever this brother is. I think this King Cass, by the sound of that voice.
So here's a couple reasons I didn't go. First of all, I had already, nigga, this shit's old as fuck. We done dealt with this shit. We didn't even, nigga, you can go pull up the video on my panel where I let that nigga sit there and talk, nigga, so he can sleep better at night. I don't have shit to prove. He do. I ain't got to come up over there on your channel, nigga. Second of all, he's a narcissist, nigga. You don't let a narcissist control you. You control him. He wanted me to come over on his shit. No, nigga, I don't want to talk to you, nigga. I said what I said, nigga. Nigga, I'm not defending myself, nigga. You're defending you 7 hours, nigga. I don't have a 7-hour live trying to explain shit. You do, nigga. So no, nigga, I ain't coming over there. I said what I said, nigga.
But do you have hardcore facts that he gay and he messed around with a certain person? Do you have hardcore facts or these all allegations?
Hold on. I never said that nigga was gay. I said what he did to me.
You said he was on some mushrooms. You know, we heard the video. You said he was on some mushrooms. And
now tell me the part where I said he was gay. Tell me where I said he did it.
You said him and a certain person. You know what I'm saying?
I never said that.
Weirdo shit.
I never said
we
that.
We listened to it.
Brother, I'm telling you, I didn't say that shit. I never said that nigga did shit with nobody, nigga. I told you what he did to me, nigga. I never said that nigga did shit. I ain't got no proof that nigga ever did shit. I just said the nigga sold his soul, nigga. Because I seen the change in the nigga. The same shit his own brother said. His own fucking brother.
What are you referring to when you said he was in a room with the dudes moaning? Is that what you referring
I never
to?
I never said Kev did shit.
Exactly.
I never said Kev did shit.
He never said that he did that. He just said that he seen him walking in and out the room.
He was in and out of the room. I never said that. I said, because AP said, he wasn't involved. I said, I ain't gonna say he wasn't involved just because he was walking in and out the room.
Yeah, and that's the crazy part. So everybody we all getting the inclination that he's gay. Kelly ain't even had to say that.
Well, hold up. That nigga himself tells you he been dealing with that shit all his life.
Yeah, like, yeah, niggas.
He says that shit himself, nigga.
Yeah, because niggas be hating. Niggas be hating, man.
That nigga, let me tell you what hold on. Let me tell you what the nigga said. The nigga said, I've been dealing with this shit all my life. Exactly. Niggas always said, because I look like my mama, I'm pretty and I'm a gay. So I said, okay, nigga, so don't act like this shit started with me then, nigga. Yeah. You been dealing with this shit all your life. You just said it out your own fucking mouth. I got the video up, nigga.
But you gotta have hardcore fact, though. You gotta have hardcore man set up, brother. Hey, what?
I appreciate you for asking your question, brother.
What are you talking about? I got a hardcore fact. Because that nigga said, because he said he been dealing with that shit his whole life. I gotta have hardcore facts.
Hey, man.
Look, I gotta have hardcore facts. That nigga said on my panel.
Last chance, going once, going twice. Anybody else want to hit that link before we get it going?
Well, there you have it, y'all. So you hear Callie saying he never said that Kev was gay, but he keeps putting the emphasis on him getting off of fruit. So this he done spent out enough narratives, right? He done antagonized this man and his family. Called his Kevin's wives bitch baby mamas. Antagonized this man's whole life. Went and dug up people that knows him. Went live several times trying to tear this man down about people in his past. And only to come to find out that his past, you understand? So it's now I guess the tables are turning, because the stuff that's coming out on him is 10 times worse. You get what I'm saying? Now Callie, he sits up there and talks about a man being gay. You ain't seen him do no gay stuff. You putting all of your, why are you doing this? So it goes to show you that he's only trying to harass, terrorize, and bully this man and cause all kind of havoc in this man's life. That's all he's been doing. So this live was just pretty much to prove to you guys the things that have come out of Callie's own mouth, how horrific it is. He beat his baby mama up. And if y'all didn't hear him getting shot by another baby mama's son, I don't know what else to tell you. He is a horrible guy. You understand me? A horrible man. And I'm just at a point where I'm calling it how I see it. I'm just calling it how I see it. So I wish him nothing but the best. I wish him nothing but the best. Thank you so much. Protect your peace. Thank you so much for the super sticker. I hope I didn't miss anyone else. I wasn't even paying attention. Thank you so much, Queen. But this is where is really a problem. You understand me? I think that I want the conscious community to be aware of this guy, Cali. Now, he has a lot of people who's helping his fight when it comes to Kevin. Oh yeah, Lady Love. Oh yeah, because he kept, now what he was saying in that clip was, well, I'm saying what he said, what he's done to me. In other words, I don't have no proof of this man being gay any other times in or out of my presence. But what he did to me, which is putting the emphasis on the fruit. Okay? Which we know that it was not being offered with his hips swinging. Talking about Cali, you want some fruit, Cali? That come on, ain't no man doing all that over no fruit. You know what I mean? The brother is simply tripping. All right? So basically, I think that those that is paying attention, that enough is enough. His past is worse than Kevin's. It's 10 times, 20 times worse. If there was a shooting that Kevin got shot by a young boy for him thinking he messed with his little girl, they wouldn't let Kevin up to breathe there. You already know that. If Kevin came out here and talked about beating Lacey or Jamie up to the point where the police couldn't recognize him, they wouldn't let the brother up to breathe there. You know this. It is a known fact that they're running with any little thing that they can kind of tie and make it into a situation with when it comes to Kevin. It's a known fact. So I'm not sitting here saying that Kevin's some type of angel, but we know that he hasn't done some of the things, or pretty much any of the things that they're alleging. They want to put what Polite did on Kevin. Come on now. You can't put what that man did on Kevin. You can't do it. And then there was a $30 Neo X said that she donated to Kevin's tube feeding situation, which came up to be about a $30 donation. And she's on record. I heard it. I don't know what clip it was, but she said that Kevin actually gave her $100 back. Said, "Look, you gave me 30. I don't remember it, but since you donated to me, I'm gonna give you $100." He gave her $100 back. The way that she tried to twist that was, she felt like the extra $70 was Kevin's way of giving her hush money so she don't keep exposing him for being a scammer or whatever have you. This is the tactics that these people are using against him. So when the man was down and out and he needed a financial assistance, and we know that he went through surgery, he probably wasn't working, he needed help around that time. He has not made it a secret. He's been on live telling people, if please donate whatever you can help me with. Kevin, you got to think, Kevin was leading a group of people around this time. And every day he's teaching. He's giving of himself, giving of his time. And now he's in a financial situation. And he's in need. And now they try to flip that situation and say, Well, it's like hush money. How is $70 hush money? That simply is, look, if somebody's saying, hey man, you owe me $30 because I donated, and I'm like, I don't recall you donating no $30, but if you did, I don't want that over my head. So matter yet, I'm gonna do one better. I'm gonna give you this $100. That is a way of saying, you know what? I don't want there to ever be a thought that I took your $30. But these people are so evil that they'll use the extra $70 into that is hush money. Now maybe he just wants you to shut up on him when you ain't really got no reason to be talking on him anyway. Maybe that's what he's trying to tell you. Look, take this 100 and leave me alone. But what is he trying to hush you up about? Come on now. See what I'm saying? So it's problematic. Hey, Miss Sexy Ray. It's problematic with what these people have tried to do to this brother. So I just came live to try to put it in perspective and to shine some light on Cali beating on his baby mama and the situation surrounding Cali's name when it comes to the shooting. So I went live earlier this morning, and a lot of people was like, "D-Ham, come back and do a little bit of commentary with with the audio of Cali talking about when he beat his baby mama." So I didn't want to go through that full live because that was a live that's actually on my community wall, and I wanted y'all to be refreshing in it, in a sense to where you hear it live now, but you also can revisit it and go back and listen to different clues and different things that came out of Cali's own mouth that will give you some answers to some of his situations. And I do believe that people need to listen to what came out of his mouth, because anything I'm speaking on today, or I have spoken on when it comes to concerning him, has been what has came out of his own mouth. His shroom experience, I speak on it because it came out of his own mouth. He the first one to put it on YouTube. You understand? He talked about his shroom experience, and I'm just regurgitating what came out of his mouth. The fact that he got shot, he brought that to the YouTube after Kevin said one of Cali's brother-in-law reached out to him. So Cali decided to go live and get ahead of it, and he told the story of the shooting. So I'm able to go in and speak on what came out of his own mouth. Then this video that I played today of him beating on his baby mama, this is Cali speaking on what came out of his own mouth. We got Kevin Wesley in the building. He says, peace, everyone. I just wanted to say my life has been online the last 8 years, and clearly I'm a family man. And he says, who I am is proven in my family union and children. That's a fact. That's 100% fact. They have no evidence whatsoever to tie Kevin into any pedophilia, to tie him into any homosexuality activity, to tie Kevin into any women beating, physically beating on a woman. They have nothing of the sort. And if by chance you got evidence and proof that Kevin has done some of these things, let me know. But I doubt it's out there. Kev says, I don't have to show a text to try and prove I'm not a deadbeat because y'all see me with them all the time. We do everything together. My children, are sharp and well mannered. They don't call me nigga. That's a fact, Kevin. And Kevin cammed up the other day and showed you his mansion. The man is clearly taking care of his family. Clearly taking care of his family. And it's crazy to me that he even has to, like, he doesn't come across as a man that wants to be flamboyant about certain things he got going on, showcasing anything that's going on in his crib. You understand me? Flashing anything. But the duress that this man's been under, the torture of Cali, because you got to think, Kevin is a man that makes his living from his social media presence. His social media presence is what brings him and earns him income. So if you're out here destroying his name publicly, then you don't know what that could be doing to people that may know him and may now catch a Cali video, and then they start questioning Kevin Wesley from a distance and say, I'm hearing things about this brother that ain't, that ain't good. And next thing you know, they start treating him a certain way. See, that's why y'all see the brother going ham on YouTube, clearing his name. Kev says, all these years of defending myself, I never looked nervous, mad, furious, maybe, but never nervous or scared, even with Royce, because I know who I am. Exactly. I'm gonna pin your comment. Exactly, brother. It has been, if anything, slander, salacious slander, attacking this brother because they don't like him for whatever reason. If I were guilty, do y'all really think I put myself out here a million times denying something? Kevin, you want to just come up? I can drop the link. You want to come up and talk? We ain't gonna be long, but you can come up, man, and I can drop the link. Hold on. Yeah, I think that he's unfairly been treated in ways that is unbelievable to me. And so I'm standing up for the brother. That's a fact. I feel like uh, the conscious community needs to take a closer look into the things Cali has actually lived through and been through. Take a closer look, because his situations are way worse. Kevin,
Peace, brother.
peace to you. You got to turn down your background noise.
Yeah, I did. I had my TV going.
Okay. Okay. All right. What you got to say, Kev?
Well, I was just saying to everyone, you've got years of me going back and forth with Kelly on this issue, and what you have several people saying, like just like you spoke, very well, saying that they say I'm getting tired of him defending himself. Most people say, why even deal with that guy? He's so much beneath you. Why keep responding? Why? Clearly, you've proven him wrong. Why? But they're not saying Kevin looked nervous. Kevin looked scared. And I mean, at even with the Royce thing, is when most people say, Kevin, I was scared for you, bro. But if you notice how I looked, never scared. I was even laughing at Royce and them the whole time. When Lewis and all them got up on the same panel, I put that was lame or something like that. I'm going to bed. I wasn't worried. If there was really some Diddy parties and all this type of stuff going on, guys, I'd have probably jumped off this damn balcony back here.
Right.
There's no way you would see me say a million times I didn't do something that I actually did. If I did it, I'd keep my head down and hope nobody ever finds out.
Right.
Why say a million times you didn't do something so you're going like a liar for a million times? That's stupid.
Facts.
You know, with everything he's saying, I pursue him wherever he is. I chase him down, and that's what you do when somebody run around lying on you. You go chasing them down. If I was guilty, I would be running away from him, just like he's doing Nuck right now. His baby mama came on his panel the other day and asked him why wouldn't he get on the panel with Nuck and myself. Callie, this was Kelly's excuse. He says they're gonna talk over me and mute me. That is not what we do. Neo does that. Never have I done that. I've been done like that on panels with him. He always finds a safe panel that will mistreat me that way, overtalk me, ask me questions, won't let me answer. He's never been treated unfairly on any panel I've ever been on where I was in control of it. He's
Right.
lying. And that's when it hit me, D Ham, and I said, he did it. Oh my God, he really did it. I
Mm.
was hoping he didn't. But that moment right there, when his baby mother said, no, I sent you that message telling you to get on their panel. You wouldn't got on your own. Why? And he lied, blatantly lied. See, on this
Mm.
video right here that you just played, he said he avoids panels with me because I'm a narcissist and he's not the one defending himself. That's what he said.
Yep.
But now you are defending yourself. And now you're avoiding panels because you're going to be muted and talked over. Bruh, if I didn't do that, you can mute me or talk over me all you want to. I'm showing up because I'm going to prove that you're going to mute me and talk over me. See,
Right.
that's evidence that the person is lying on you. It's not evidence that's not true, but it's evidence the person is trying to convince the world of something, which shows motive. So he should have very
Right.
well came over there to see how we would respond. But again, he's lying, man. He's lying.
So
It's
when you
sad.
say
I
he's
didn't I
lying,
didn't want that to be true.
when you saying he's lying, you're saying he's lying based on what Nuck has accused him of, as far as what Nuck found out about his brother-in-law.
Well, because of um, Nuck and I, man, confidentiality. There's so much information that I have, but it's connected to his baby's mother, and she does not want to be a part of this. And so I know it's true, along with several other things he's done that she's familiar with. I know it's true. Um, I can't I can't say for a matter of fact, okay. But when I look at the evidence around it and how Callie's behaving, it's true. In my opinion, it's true, man. He went to the courthouse and he's trying to prove that he was arrested for being a witness, to be a witness. That proves nothing. It proves that you are doing perjury. You're literally saying, I committed perjury. And I'm wondering if that's enough to get the case reopened. And him out here going about it that way, the conniving way, is
Mm-hmm.
actually the worst way because he said he didn't know who did it. But now he's saying, I went to court with the guy that shot me. That's what he's saying on camera
Right.
at the
Right.
courthouse.
Right.
He's an idiot. If they see that, they could open the case.
That's a fact. That's a fact. And I think that it was part of the cover up because they did not want them digging into the situation with the shooting and why was he shot. You know what I'm saying? Because
Right.
she didn't want her daughter to have to come and testify. And not only that, they just wanted their son to get out of the time he was facing.
Absolutely. And you got to think about the trauma that little boy must have experienced, having to protect his sister in that way at such a young age, being the only one around at the time to protect her in that way. I don't know where their father was, but it's really a sad story, you
It
know.
is.
And they probably don't want to tell it because they're both probably traumatized from having to experience that. Even when he showed the back of the girl's head, as if that's going to show us her age and everything. I want to know how old that lady is now, and of course with the mother. Think about the allegations that were said. I believe all of them were said that he was touching the daughter and beating her up and holding her captive. Um, and he could have still lived with that lady if that lady lived in the apartment complex. Callie was
Right.
heavy on drugs back then, so he definitely could have kept her supplied. You see, so he could have actually been dealing with the mother and the daughter. But as the story unfolds, maybe it never will. But I know the way he handled it was the worst way of handling it. He did not approach this at all like a person who was innocent, man.
Right.
I would have went and got that sister. I mean, I would have went and got that mother again and brought her back for another conversation, put her on camera, everything. They would have knew. So if you want to find her, she's right here. You know?
Yeah, I do. I don't trust her.
Yeah, but if I knew I was innocent of it, it wouldn't matter if you trusted her. See, I know I would know her, and I would know that I'm innocent. So I would give them all access to her, and more information or whatever to clear my name because he's out here in the community, and with someone like Nook saying that about him so close to home. Number one, his daughter sees it, his children see it, Angie
Which,
sees it.
which baby mama you talking about?
Huh?
Which woman you think he should have went and got? Which one you talking about?
The lady connected, the lady that he got on the phone last time.
Okay, my point is that particular woman is in cahoots with Callie.
No, I know. She's in cahoots with Callie. Out in our opinion, if Callie is innocent, she's telling the truth with Callie. And if Callie was telling the truth, he would go get her and prove that they're not in cahoots and that they're telling the truth. But he didn't go get her. So until he goes and gets her, they are in cahoots. You're right. But just imagine if you were innocent and you know that you really got shot behind some lie about you beating on this woman years ago. You would rather people know that truth instead of manipulate it the way he's going about it now.
Uh-huh.
Even if she didn't trust her daughter, even if all that was horrible situation, you'd rather them know that's true. So I would prove that was true. If he
Right.
proves that's true, he'd almost be halfway decent because he's trying to say, well, you got to prove I got shot more than once. No, we don't. He said you got shot in the shin. That is the leg. He said you got shot on Godby Road, whatever it is, the apartment complex. That's the same place. So
Mm,
all that's consistent. The only thing's different is you're saying that you was dating the mother of the girl. That's the only thing different. But the inconsistency with that is you was also dating his sister at the time. And he also says you live with a lady that he's been over the house recording with you in the studio. So he knows you didn't live with this girl at least.
so when you say he said that, you talking about Nut?
Yeah, Nuck used to record with Callie at
Mm-hmm.
at that apartment over there where the old lady lived that Callie was
Whoa.
caring for.
Mm-mm-mm.
So Nuck used to record songs and stuff with him over there. So Nuck knows for sure that Callie and his boys stayed there.
Wow.
So he knows Callie didn't live with some girl over there. That doesn't mean Callie couldn't have been dating a girl over there too and cheating. You see what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
But all of this could be true. He could have been violent with the girl, violent with sexual with the daughter, got shot by the son, and got out of it because he got in a he for him that's a lucky situation. You get hit in the leg. They're not going to tell because they don't want the son getting in trouble. So you skip town and get on up out of there. And
Right.
all that sounds like it just sounds true because honestly, he got shot. Okay, he gets arrested at his. He said he got arrested at his family's house, which is Nuck's house, Nuck's sister's house. So he got arrested at Boone Clemens' sister's house. So he's over there trying to play daddy again, just right after he got shot. You see?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
And that's my point. I think you're 100% right if he's trying to prove his innocence. But the issue is, I know he's not innocent. Based, well, I'm gonna say I know, but based on the information that has come forward at this point, out of his own mouth, gives me the indication that he's not innocent because um, it seems like the missing piece in that was the daughter, and I don't believe that. I think that when she seen that her little brother got locked up based on what she told him, that probably did something to her.
right.
she didn't want to lose her son, I mean her brother, to gun violence, in protection of her. And now he's going to be locked up for 10 years or however long
And,
they could have gave him.
and salute to him too, because I don't want him to feel, any nervousness that we're trying to make anything come down to him, because he actually is a hero in this situation, and I'm sure that he and his sister
Yes.
have a really tight bond because of this. He really came
Yes.
through for her. Whether that be any story that was told, he showed up in that moment. He's the hero of this story, so you got to appreciate that. But this is it's a terrible story, man, and that's why I said we got to stay on it, because Callie's doing so much to try and take us from it. It's to me, D-Ham, and I want to do this real quick. Put a one in the chat, guys, if the evidence is what's compelling, which it is. It's very compelling, but is it the evidence that has you more convinced, or is it his behavior? As compelling as the evidence is, D-Ham, his behavior is what more has me believing that he did it. It's his behavior. When Queen's Throne said she was going to look into it, that's all she said. He should have been excited to hear that. If I were innocent, I'm look into the shit. I want you to look into it. D-Ham, I went around begging people to look into it.
Right.
Right? I made a public declaration. If anybody will look into it, I'll pay you. She said she'd look into it. He gets up, goes to the courthouse to get the paperwork, comes back and says, "Don't look into it. Look right here, what I'm showing you. Stay right here.
Uh-huh.
We don't need to look right there where you were at. That ain't how we look into it,
Right.
dude. He's guilty. He's got very guilty behavior.
Very guilty.
The way he curled up when his baby mother came up there, guys. If you took care of your kids as a man, and you was doing what was right, you would not cower to your baby mother coming up there while you're defending yourself from being a pedophile, literally having sex with a minor, not tickling a little girl,
Mm-hmm.
getting shot over sex with a minor. He curled up like, you right, you right. I would have stood my ground and said, woman, ain't nothing you can tell me. I don't care where you work, what you do for a living. Nobody's accusing me of this. You got to think
Right.
about this. If I lay down and let them accuse me of this may reach your reputation and you being connected to me. Which one do you want? Your brother to be a liar, or me to be a pedophile? I'm your child's daddy, yo.
Facts.
I'm going to defend myself whether you like it or not. No, he cowered down because he knows it's something she knows. He knows he's not a good father. And he knows that she watched him sit up there and try to make it like he was.
Mm-mm-mm.
She knows it.
Well, that's the point that um I think it. I don't. I'll be surprised if this man keep going. But at the end of the day, he's already done a lot, and I think that the fact that this, this situation is like it has so many uh questionable things in it that he'd be a fool to keep this thing. You know what I'm saying?
An
Knowing that,
absolute fool.
knowing that we know a little bit more about him, and see back about a year ago,
Knowing I
this
got P2, and I can run with that at any time. He need to just relax.
what exactly. But what I was saying is, Kev, about a year ago, we didn't have this information.
Right.
How long ago since that this story has really surfaced? How long has it been for you?
This story right here,
Yeah.
just recently. Um, so you saw Boom Clemens reached out to me about 4 months ago.
Uh-huh.
I saw that message late. And even when I saw it and told him I would call him, I still called him even later than that. The first time I called him was the day before I mentioned him on my panel. So I just talked to him. Yeah, and then I got up there and said I talked to this guy who gave me some information, and I started reading off who he was and his connection to Cali. And of course, the very next day, Cali went live to try and give us the story before I gave it. And I let it ride. I didn't say a word. I let Cali just sit there with it. you know.
Right.
Um, I felt like Boom had said something about kind of doing something to Callie, and I didn't know if Callie would try to call the police on him or something like that. And I didn't want to clip his video either and clip that out and make it seem fishy. So I was holding off until like a formal interview, and I had not called him back because when Callie went live and tried to give the story, I didn't know how Nook might have felt about that, you know. So I just had
Right.
not reached back out to him yet.
Well, my whole point is, all these years, or I guess you can say it like that. All these years that Callie has been on the attack on you, out of nowhere, the real situations that he actually um went through prior to meeting you are now coming to the surface.
Right, and they're writing exact that everything he's been accusing me of, even down to a hostage. It's all in there. When he said I'm holding him hostage, it was actually said that his girl was being held hostage.
What?
All this, because that was part of the allegations that he was touching the daughter, beating on the mother, and holding her hostage and keeping her on drugs.
Mm, mm, mm.
But it's just crazy that we always talk about how shroom is just like a mirror. It makes you see yourself. And he's called me all these things that he's been called. I mean, and you can see it psychologically. He keeps running with this. He said he was being called pretty his whole life. True, but Callie has been called gay his whole life. Literally, I was called pretty. I wasn't called gay. Pretty though. So
Mhm.
Callie gets called gay, and Nuck is proving that. He said as soon as he came on the block, they was calling him gay.
Mm.
So they've always mistreated him. They've always bullied him, kind of. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
And street niggas do that. I remember when I went to Indiana one time. I was just walking down the street, and there was this biker gang. And matter of fact, I ain't even going to tell the story because they'll just use it as a joke. But one of them end up saying something to me about how pretty I was, my face or whatever. Basically he said, well, I just tell you. He said, you got something on your mouth. I said, no, I don't. He said, yeah, you do. He said, pussy, because I know you're not hitting nothing. And I said, for your information, I got a baby on the way.
Right.
That mother said, what? Like he was going, like he's ready to jump me. The whole gang jumped up together like they was about to jump me. I said, man, this is the craziest thing I ever seen in my life. So, and I'm talking, they just bothered me all cause of my face. Just fuck with me all cause of my face. Didn't
Mhm.
do nothing to him. Hey,
Mhm.
you, huh? Me? Yeah, you got something on your face. No, I don't. Yeah, you do. Pussy. Come
Mhm.
on, bro. What kind of shit is that? But I can see that's how they kind of bullied him and punked him around, you know?
Right.
And so what he tries to do is the way he was traumatized with that, he tries to do that to me.
Yeah. And that's the part that I was trying to that stood out to me as far as him facing his fears.
Yeah,
He
and having to earn his way with these guys that he wasn't from their city. He's from Washington. Then
mm,
his name used to be Tacoma because he's from Tacoma, Washington. Moving out here to Cleveland, they didn't accept him right off. They're looking at his face and they sizing him up, and he don't meet the damn criteria, so they really kind of clown him and treat him like a flunky. He allows
mhm,
himself to be, so he hates himself for that. Even the video that he showed, you can see Callie's walk around trying to get dap from everybody. That's like his place in the video. He doesn't know these guys like that. He's trying to be a part of these guys. He's filming these guys, and they're letting him. And so
mhm,
that's what Nuck is saying. Callie's trying to tell him to stand certain ways to film, and they like, man, F you. Like kind of just treating him like a lame. You just turn that fucking camera on, nigga. Like, and he's doing it. I would have packed my camera up and left. You ain't treating me like that. But Callie's shown that he's a flunky and they can run over him like that.
mhm,
And so that's what Callie tries to do this to me online, but he's not made of the same stuff Nuck is. He can't actually treat somebody like this. He can just talk that game. But he's
mhm.
learned it. He's downloaded it from Nuck, you know. And maybe Nuck and his boys will realize that, like, treating somebody like that can have psychological damage on them, bullying them in that way. But I do appreciate his honesty of that, you know.
Right.
But the difference between me and Callie is I would have been fighting them boys. They would have found out real quick. They can't just call me stuff like that. Even if
Wow.
we'd have been cool after, we'd have boxed it out. Where I'm from, you show what you worth, bro. You don't let people just treat you like that, or you ain't gonna hang around them. So it would have been either I'm not gonna hang around you, or I'm gonna fight you to show you who I am to earn my keep. And Cali could have simply just not hung around those boys. They wasn't forcing them around. So it shows you that he was really, really trying to fit in like he does now, trying to find his way. That's why he's always questioning who is Cali. All the shit makes sense now, bro.
Mm.
I'm serious. They've been asking him this whole time, who the fuck is Cali, nigga? You got to think about this, bro. This is coming from Nuck. I haven't talked to Nuck about this, but I guarantee you, if I can ask him, I bet there's a time where they've been asking him, who the fuck is Cali? Because what did he say? I don't call him Cali.
You call him face.
Right. So he's like, who the fuck is Cali? Like, I'm telling you, that's what he's hearing in his head. Nuck must mean a lot, a hell of a lot to this dude, as far as
Right.
looks up to him.
Wow.
I see it, man. I see it clear as day.
No. I'm with you on it because at the end of the day, that's you know, you can tell uh that he's struggling with a lot.
And I'll make this point too. Cali tried to say that well, they're both trying to say he's mad over religion. Cali, he does too much. He pulls
Uh-huh.
this video up of him and Nuck talking, right? To try
Uh-huh.
and prove he did all this over religion. Here's the problems with his video, though, D-Ham. This is
Uh-huh.
after the fact, and they're already online talking about it, proving there's no longer an issue, right?
Right.
Now, watch this. He says, we've gotten into heated altercations over religion several times. Didn't he say that? Several times.
Yep.
So this has happened several times. Did he tell you messed with a 13-year-old girl several times?
Not at all.
Right. So it was violence. We would do something to each other. Nuck is violent. He's not passive aggressive. He's not a runner and tell liar like Cali is.
Right.
Nuck is violent. Nuck says, I'm gonna show up. You never seen Cali say that ever. Cali says, you better not come looking for me, and I ain't coming looking for you.
Right.
That's Cali's words. Nuck is, where are you? Drop the addy. I'm coming. These are two totally different people.
Yep. Exactly.
So you can see this. So Nuck is not doing this because of religion. Here's what happened. Nuck already told me. Nuck said he didn't tell on Cali because he was in the streets himself. He had his hands in too much at the same time. Telling on Cali would only make it hot for him. And he figured he got street justice anyway. Listen, I'm not from the streets, but I grew up in the streets. Okay?
Right.
I'm from the country, but I grew up in the streets. So I didn't go outside and mess with none of them boys. I knew who to stay away from. But every one of us knew somebody who done been in something like that, got popped over it, maybe, and still walking around out here. And everybody knew to stay away from him. So I know this is true. And so what happened is he's connected to Cali via his sister. So he can't just cut the dude off. He's connected to him via his sister.
Right.
So he knows Cali a lame. He know this. He already don't like him. He's already said his feelings for him has changed. But they're talking about religion. And he says Cali raises his voice at him, like to test his manhood. And that's what got him. He said that's what it was about. Him raising his voice. He said, matter of fact, we could set these guys to the side. I'll beat your ass, boy. And he said, don't think I don't know what you did to that girl. Like, don't sit here and try to play like I don't know who the fuck you really are. So you can understand how this conversation happens. And I want you guys to understand something. Cali already messed up by saying he told him this to his face. See, Cali talks too much. He should have never said that. See, guess the thing Cali didn't do is tell me to my face what I supposedly did to him. He went and said it online because the intention was to spread a lie. Boom said this directly to Cali's face when nobody's around but him and Cali. There's nobody around to hear this so-called lie. So that's not something a violent person would do. He would whoop you. He'd fight you right there.
Right.
So this is not consistent with a liar. Boonk is a fighter, you can tell. So he ain't gonna stand right in front of your face and instead of hitting you, make up a lie.
That's a fact.
That lie would provoke a fight. A lie of that magnitude would provoke a fight. Instead, it didn't. Cali, like, who told you that? What you talking about? P told you? That nigga P?
Man, yeah. You telling the truth, brother.
So he says, now Cali says P told you that. So if P told you that, then you can't say he made it up to be mad at you. But then when you ask Nuck, Nuck said, no, I told P that.
Right.
So nothing Callie's saying is lining up. It's actually far off.
He way off. He way off. And that goes to show you uh that, I think that his facade is coming unglued. Um, this man, you could tell who was it, man? I think it was your other homie that was up here said he a body snatcher. You know, um, he takes on this on other people's personalities and makes it his own
Yeah,
and
Jamal Nelson.
characteristics.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what he do. He takes on their characteristics, personalities, and try to make it into who Callie is,
Right.
which is a complete fraud.
Mm-hmm. And if you notice, Callie hasn't mentioned stealing those clothing ideas. He's staying far away from that. So Callie's an avoider. He doesn't confront things that he knows he did. He runs from them the most he can. The only reason he's trying to deal with the allegations is because I'm stating that they're coming out, so he has to deal with them.
Mm-hmm.
But Jamar's right there. He can't face Jamar. Jamar's sitting right there. He can say, I didn't steal that brand. Okay? He can come right there and say, I didn't steal Seti's brand, but he knows we've already saw it. He knows he can't deny it. So he just won't mention it.
Right.
Because he's an avoider. He won't say, you know what, I shouldn't have done that. And he'll never be accountable. Yeah, that is wrong. It's not just taking a shortcut. It's stealing it's an intellectual property. And that is scamming, stealing somebody else's logos and ideas and creating shirts with them and selling them. That's scamming, bro. That's a fucking scam. You're a scammer.
Mm-hmm. Sure enough.
Let's be real, D-Ham, call it.
Oh yeah, it's you right. He's scamming, he frauding.
And you scamming from people who trying. Somebody create their own brand. They go through, make all the decals, spend their money to make all the logos, and you go steal it. Their God idea. You are a demon, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Said he's done nothing to you. Bang on that beast. You took his exact lettering. Why bang on that beast? You can come up with another cliche. You do Indian stuff. Why
Right.
bang on that beast? Said he got a whole song called "Bang on That Beast." You can see why he would do that. Callie
Yep.
took that man's whole shirt. And then the Jesus fake, bro. None of this stuff belongs to you, Callie. You a monster, bro.
Facts.
All the while you say you trying to feed your family, and it's clearly difficult for you to do. And these men who's trying to feed their family, who create stuff, you're taking it. They call that usurping. Usurping. You're usurping other people's energy.
Mm-hmm.
And he
That's a
does this
fact.
stuff and doesn't care. He laughs about it. So when Jamar exposed him, now he's over there disrespecting Jamar, calling Jamar a scammer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what he's doing on his panel now. He's disrespecting the very person who he stole from to begin with. You're
Wow.
up there in a shirt on your video with this dude. You're so disrespectful. Why he won't be accountable to nothing? He could at least say, you know what, that was years ago. I rushed to start this shirt company, and I did take that idea, and I'm wrong for that. And I
Yep.
won't do that again. I haven't done that since. Say something.
Yeah.
He just ignores it.
That's just crazy.
And all of this stuff is revealing his character.
Mm-hmm.
All of it.
It has. It has, brother. And that's why I kind of, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, I'm going to shine some light, because I just feel like he's done too much. He doesn't look at the consequences of a lot of things or the domino effect on a lot of things that you had to endure because of him.
Right.
I think
Yeah,
Callie,
absolutely right.
he needs some real help, psychological help. He needs some real mental help.
Right. Now you got to think about this. Callie has accused me of cross-dressing, doing Diddy parties. So there would have had to been people at these parties. He's accused me of going to Vegas and New York and all these different places and going to different sex parties. He's accused me of being undercover. Now, D-Ham, with as much as I've put my face out here online, okay, denying these allegations, wouldn't this have pissed one of these gay lovers off somewhere?
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
I've already said the act is disgusting, so calling me that pisses me off. You understand?
Yeah.
And so to me, that's defamation. And it would be defamation of character, because if I was gay, that would mean I'm covering it up and lying and risking my whole family. That would absolutely be a character issue. Why I don't think being gay alone is a character issue. You see what I'm saying? And the thing is, they know what they're doing, and so every lie they've told, I've got out here front and center and confronted it. And what Callie does the exact opposite, but says he's telling the truth. It makes no sense, man.
Right. That's a fact. It don't. It don't make
now think about this. Now that we know for a fact we would not mute him or talk over him, we may actually get heated and over talk a little bit, but not to the point to where you would want to avoid. But being that you would get your voice heard, why do you think he avoided the man who's accusing him of this? If confronting him and asking him questions could prove him a liar? Because if I know somebody's lying on me, I want to talk with them in person, because I know how to prove they're lying, because I know I'm telling the truth.
Right.
So there's every reason they should run from me, right?
Right.
But for him though, why would he avoid somebody who's lying on him, D-Ham? Just let's put our heads together here. Why? Because we're not going to mute him.
Oh yeah, because he only wants his side of things to be heard.
Right, but he's telling the truth, so he shouldn't. He should be wanting us to hear his side of things, because he's telling the truth.
Lying. He's lying. That's why. Okay.
He's lying.
He's straight lying.
Because if you tell him to lie on that panel, I want to get on that panel and tell the truth, because you're lying on that panel. Why would I go to my page where nobody's watching to say what happened? Because you don't want anybody to hear this. You don't want these kids to hear. They're not kids anymore, to hear you out here lying.
Right.
You don't want other people to hear you explain this, because you know it sounds like bullshit.
Right.
And you don't want to get embarrassed by Nuck, because you know he's going to call you out. He knows too much about you.
That's a fact.
Think about this. If Callie would have accused me of selling drugs, I'd have been like, I don't sell no damn drugs. And I'd have been out here fighting about it, right?
Yeah.
I asked Nuck about Callie and pills. Nuck said, shit, I know he got it because I sold them to him.
Wow.
He has no reason to lie on you, bro.
No, he don't. And see, that goes back to what you first were saying when his baby mama, Nuck's sister, was like, yo, why don't you just, grab the link and go, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yep. He don't want to do it.
And in my conversations with Nuck, he seems straight up and down. He don't seem like no type of tell no lie on nobody.
Wow.
He's been too actually upset about how Callie's been behaving, and I've had to talk him into just sitting tight and letting Callie's karma do what it does. Not taking it into his own hands. He is not the type to retaliate with lies and stuff like that, because he could have just simply said, let me get back on your panel. This is right. That's not what he's trying to do.
No, you can tell.
Especially with his sister involved. I think he kind of has a little bit of regret, even though he knows that, he's watched Callie terrorize me, and he said, man, bump this, bro. And that's why he did it, because they keep saying, why did he do this? Because he's watched Callie terrorize me with shit he's done. And the man said, I'm going to reach out and tell Kevin. And that's the first thing he said, man, I've been watching what he's been doing to you all these years. I don't know you, but I don't like that shit. And this man, he's a fraud, and I got to expose it.
Yep.
He didn't come to him and say, I'm mad about him about religion. That's not what he said.
Not at all.
But I do think that he has a little bit of regret, because maybe he can see it in his sister's eyes, or just feel like, maybe he shouldn't have went that far with it or whatever. But I think everything happens as it should, bro.
It does, man. And we probably never get fully down to the full bottom of a lot of Callie's past, because you could tell he kind of triangulated a lot of the people that he needed to sort of somewhat vouch and keep the rest of it hidden.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you can connect with the baby mama and keep convincing her that you ain't did nothing to her daughter, then you know that mother's gonna keep pretty much going against her child. So you already know that you kind of cut that angle off
Right.
by using their mother against them children. So
Absolutely.
I'm not, like I said, I'm not convinced because he hasn't proven anything other than that him and that woman um came together to cover up the situation with her daughter.
Mm-hmm.
So, and they have both of them have an invested interest for it not to really ever be spoken on.
That's a fact. And what we've learned too about Callie in his upbringing is he had a mother and father who loved him dearly,
Hmm.
but he's a problem child, and it's probably not due to his own necessarily character all the way. I don't think Callie's probably ever been that smart. He probably really struggled in school, probably lacked focus in school, probably made a lot of bad decisions because he's impulsive. He really is very, very retaliative person. So I can see him taking to the streets to try to get validation. He calls himself this black sheep because he feels like he didn't fit in at home, but it's because he was rebellious. That his parents were obviously ashamed of him as the way he carried himself in the streets. Look at the things he's done. If his father owns a church, you got to think about how he'd feel with his son getting caught up in all these types of things. Um, his mother says he cusses like a sailor, so she doesn't. His speech betrays him. Everything in how they raised him up, he betrays it. Obviously, he went against their religion, um, but that's about awakening more so than being rebellious.
Yeah.
However, his lifestyle shows you his friends in the streets didn't see him as a peer. They saw him as a flunky. They saw him as somebody who was trying to be around them, not actually part of their group. He wasn't even from there. So he spent most of his life trying to earn his way because his father was a military person. So
Right.
Cali traveled around, he said. So Cali never really got a stable home of friends that he could be around. So he was constantly trying to fit in with other friends. I don't know why he kept finding, friends that probably don't have mothers and fathers and stuff at home, and probably are in their situation because of they're really in that environment, or if his dad really lived in those environments, or if Callie went to those environments. And I've seen that. I've seen these kids come from their suburban area types and go to the hood and try to mingle with those guys, and they don't belong, and those guys know they don't belong, so they bully them. You see what I'm saying? And
Hmm.
either you keep getting bullied or you stop coming, and Callie kept coming apparently.
Wow.
Then the crazy thing is the life that we're hearing about even now is, for perspective, guys, was no more than 8 or 9 years ago. So you got to think, if this is true with Callie, he was 38 years old, 40 years old, 38 between 38 and 40 years old, messing with this minor kid. That's ridiculous, man. We're not talking about somebody who was 25 at the time. We're
Right.
talking about someone who was in their late 30s at the time. This ain't too long ago. This is shortly before I met Callie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's crazy. And
And
now
that's what I'm
listen,
saying.
you've heard Callie say he slept on Slim Bull's couch where all he had to eat was Debbie cakes, right?
Hmm.
So this shows you he's a couch surfer. He stayed on P's couch to heal back. And then he said he stayed then Nuck said he stayed at his mama's house some too.
Right.
At Nuck's mama's house. Now think about this. You got a baby by his sister and you're staying at her mama's house.
Right.
He's a mooch. He living with his girl mama.
Right.
This is
Yep.
crazy, bro. They actually lived together before.
Wow.
And Callie has parents. Why are you doing this? Go home.
Wow. And that's big. That's big time. I know that to be a
And
fact.
so during the time you're couch surfing, where are your children? You see what I'm saying? You got to think about this stuff. He spent all this time saying you left your kids. Do you talking about 6 months where my children actually came out there to visit me? What are you talking about? And so you spend all this time trying to, reduce me as a father, but you're never around your children. You kicked your son out. Nuck has told us.
Right.
You're showing us text messages that prove you haven't done right by them. D-Ham, I've never gotten a message from my son that says, I would choose you again, even if it means going through all the shit we went through in life, struggling and shit.
Right.
My son didn't have to struggle. So he could just tell me he loved me. He don't have to tell me that he'd choose me again despite all that struggling shit we had to do. That tells you that they struggling. He calling them a nigga. Like the way they talking is very much dysfunction, bro. He say my daughter live out here in whatever state. Then my other daughter, I might not see her like I should, but when they call me, I'm there. That's a deadbeat.
Sure enough.
He's like, I don't know if it's a deadbeat though. Nigga, that's a deadbeat. You have forsaken your parental obligation. You don't go by like you should. That makes you a deadbeat. You only come when called. That's what Nuck is telling you. We do more for her than you. She comes to me for things. When Nuck said this stuff to him, that should have humbled him. He should have said, damn, I didn't know you saw it that way. I didn't know that. Let me get with my brother here. But no, Callie want to get online and call him a fucking drunk.
Oh yeah, he's talking cash money.
This is what I'm saying. Callie's dumb. This man just told you your daughter has mental issues. We're helping her with them. You went and exploited them things. We do more for her than you. We do more for all of your kids than you. We even raised your sons too. He's telling him this. He should say, man, if Nuck's saying this means my daughter must be suffering this. Because it's easy for a person to think out of sight, out of mind. That the child may not tell you because they're used to you not being there. That it bothers them.
Right.
And so, but the other parents who are there see this in your child. So he found out in the worst way. Let's just say that. But look, he said, I'll be over at my sister's house tomorrow. And he should have said, and I'll meet you there. And we can talk because I got to see about my baby.
Right.
He ain't going to fight you at that house. I'm sure Nuck ain't going to do that at his sister's house. So even thugs, bro, there's places you meet where that shit's off limits, bro. You don't take that there. I can come see my daughter. Nuck ain't going to tell him he can't come see his own daughter. Now that's some bully shit. You can't even come over there and see your daughter. But he wouldn't do that because what does that do to his niece? He wouldn't even let his niece see his mouth saying that. He loves his niece dearly. You can tell.
Right. That's a fact. You can tell that there's some reservations there. He ain't trying to. He could go. You could tell he can go harder if he wanted to.
Right.
Like he know that he got to think about his sister and his niece.
Right. Now one thing is crazy that his baby mother it's not crazy, but it's just alarming. She typed in there that his daughter Paige was watching. Right?
Right.
And she could see this. What do you think, D-Ham? Hearing of these obligations on her hurts her the most, or hearing her father lie and say he's a good father is what hurts her the most? Which one would you think?
I think the latter.
Me too. Because I wouldn't believe it about my daddy. I wouldn't want to believe that.
Right.
So I would kind of just say they lied on my daddy. I just kind of just blinders. They lied on my daddy, right?
Right.
But hearing him sit here and tell the world he's been there for me and all that stuff, and I know he hasn't, that would make me feel like, wow. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
He talking about I did my best. That's words of a deadbeat. What you mean you did your best, bro? That is not what, bro. Fathers who actually have real relationships with their kids, they don't say stuff like that.
Right. Right.
That's a guilty man. They know they didn't do right. If I didn't have it, I gave it at tax time. So hang on. If you didn't give it to her until tax time, what about the other boys? What about your other daughter?
Right.
And you dating a woman with kids, so you ain't doing nothing for them?
Not at all.
So you dating a woman with kids, but you know you killer to her at all. She's a single mom.
Right.
Seriously, she paid most of the bills. He's a problem. If she got rid of him, her life would be easier. She's a single mom. So he said, I mooched off single moms. He hasn't married this lady. Until then, she's a single mom.
Right. That's facts. That's
It's
facts.
all bad. It's all bad. So you're with a single mom trying to take care of someone else's family, someone else's kids. But meanwhile, you got kids that you're not taking care of. One daughter, you give her all your taxes. You said she would get all of them, so not some of them will go to your sons. So how was you taking care of your sons throughout the year if you wasn't giving it to your daughter? And if you was taking care of your sons and not your daughter, just to take care of your daughter at tax time, that's still neglecting your daughter until tax time and taking care of your sons over her. The whole thing sounds you're a deadbeat. That's what that sounds like.
Right. Right. I agree, and that's why it is troubling. But now I can tell why Callie has this complex. You know, he's living a life of a fraud, community activist type of thing. You know, um, everything that he admires, he kind of adapts and he becomes what he think people wants him to be. You know, so he's constantly doing all of these things, knowing that, you know, he's trying to be known as this guy that doesn't play about the community or whatever have you. But overall, his background says otherwise.
Absolutely.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
So let me call out my super chat because I know they probably left right now. Hold on one second, King. Let me call out. Thank you, Amber Graham, for the super chat. Mav Deuce, thank you so much. And Protect Your Peace, thank you so much for the super chats. I really do appreciate it. And it'll definitely go towards this channel. And I appreciate it, all the love. Thank you, my Deuce Other, for your also. She gave me a cash app. Thank you so kindly. I appreciate y'all, man. And Kev, this has been a great live, um, and we gonna chop it up. I think that the more that comes out about Callie, um, the less surprising it is to me, to be honest with you, because at this point I'm realizing the brother, he needs some real help. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
you're right, and I agree. Before I drop down, I'll just say this right here. The one thing that Callie, that well, when you're giving Callie the benefit of the doubt that he could have changed since then, became a better person. We all can evolve, but I think what's most alarming with Callie is the current place and time where we are. You have to think, Dham, has he changed? Okay, he says he beat a woman to a pulp because she grabbed his bandana after he insulted the shit out of her first. Okay, his daughter calls the police, but by the time the police gets there, she's beaten to a pulp. I'm sure he knew since she called the police, he was good now and he could go ahead and unleash. You see what I'm saying?
right,
He said this. He said she's the second person, or she's one of two who's gotten the bad end of the stick. He's gotten shot over this next thing here, right?
right,
Okay. Now look at how he talked about how he beat his son. He didn't just beat him out of his sleep. He beat him beforehand as well. He waited till he went to sleep and beat him again. Okay. Now he didn't
yep,
just beat him again. That's his son, like you said. I'll stay out of that one. Okay. The biggest problem with that is he used that story to threaten a man online publicly and it would embarrass the shit out of his son to tell that story, to tell that his son stole from him, to tell that he
yep,
beat him up like that. Why are you telling this story?
yep,
This is not a story you share with an individual that you're threatening, a peer, because this is something that you did with your son. That's not a peer. That's not something that's not on your resume. I don't give a fuck how you whoop your kids if you're talking about me and you in a man-to-man combat. I don't care how you whoop your kids.
right.
And
Right.
to say that it's just disrespectful to your child, right?
That's a fact.
Right. So you got all of that. All this is happening in the last few years, okay, that he's doing this. All the while attacking me with lies and propaganda. And he won't stop. And he's doing this over and over and over. And he won't stop. My
Right.
brother, he calls my brother a pedophile. He said my brother used to grape me when we were
Yeah.
children.
Now you right. I almost forgot about that part.
Right. So when you put all these things together, he's probably worse than ever. Callie is physically violent. If he knows he's stronger than you, he's physically violent. So women and children, they can get it. Okay. Men he act totally different with, but he attacks them in a different way, ruin their character, speak down on their sexuality, but all the while run. He's a different breed. I never met a person like him.
Wow.
You understand? So it's no question in my mind. Callie is very much a bad person, and every time he goes live, he proves it with the things he says and how he responds to someone telling him about himself. Again, he's not a father to his daughter, at least, and those text messages between he and his son prove nothing. Me and my father didn't have a tight relationship growing up, and my text messages still look full of love because I still loved him. It didn't matter. He was the only dad I knew, so I couldn't compare him to nothing. You understand?
Yep.
But
Yep.
there's no comparison to how I am with my children. You understand? So
Yep.
I'll always give my father all the love in the world because he's my God. Without him, I don't exist. But I'll never say that he was the perfect dad. You understand? And so
Yep.
Callie's using these text messages to prove he's a good dad when you should just take care of your damn kids. When you heard what Nuck said, you should have heard what Nuck said. Really heard him with your heart and know that if what Nuck is saying is true, your children are the residual of this. They are feeling the impact of everything Nuck is saying in real time. And you only
Yep.
get one chance at this. But instead, you want to go live and call him a drunk when this man those could have been words that set your family free, bringing you that truth right there. You should have went and took care of your family and said, look, do y'all feel this way? Let me make it right. But instead, you're only calling a man a drunk and showing old text messages,
Right.
violating him because he's already said that him and Jalen don't get along. You see what I'm saying? That he kicked Jalen out. And so you're gonna go show Jalen's old messages that he probably didn't approve of. You could have brought him on the line to say that. You did that the last time. The time that he beat on his son, and I talked about it. He did a whole live and put that boy up there. And you should have heard how his son was talking and acting, showing all displays of a thug.
Mm.
And Callie raised him to be that way and likes it. Callie even told me, he said, you lucky that he didn't rob you when he came out there to the White House.
Wow.
I would never tell nobody something like that about my son. They don't have to worry about that at all.
Wow. So you may be right. Maybe he hasn't changed. Maybe that's just me trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. But I think that based on what you just said right now and what we know about him, I think he definitely suffers with the identity crisis. Um, he has a different, is like this personality disorder going on, and I think the brother needs some kind of help.
Right. And listen, D-Ham, the feeding the homeless thing is just an angle. Now that you've heard him talk, you've heard him mention other people he's targeted in the community. And feeding the homeless is always one of those things that he tries to use over somebody. If they're a teacher, he'll say, you just a talker, you don't feed the homeless. So in his mind, he tries to make like every person should be out here feeding the homeless when that ain't everybody's mission. That's not everybody's mission.
Right.
If that's your mission, it's your mission and take pride in that. You see? But the thing about the homeless is not even that's genuine. Look at this. You got Amora and them getting behind him, which is a beautiful thing. They're going to help him to stay in a positive direction, even donate to him so he can help feed the homeless. All of them could do for the communities that they destroyed by lying and doing all that shit they've been doing. So giving him money would be great. Give it to him. That's fine. But what does he do? Try to prop it up and use it against me. Look what I'm doing over here, Kevin. You should donate too so you can look better as a person. I'm going to help you with what I'm doing. He
Mm.
couldn't even just go feed the homeless. He had to show off before the date even got here. Why are you not focused on reaching your goals? You're making videos trying to rub what you're doing in my face, which is showing you're not genuine.
Right.
Do you
Right.
understand what who would do that? Just go feed the homeless if you're doing that.
Yeah. Yeah. 100. 100.
Nothing about this guy's genuine, man.
Nah. I'm with you on that. I think. Hey, I'm chosen. I think it has proven to be exactly way it is playing out, man. I think that, you know, the closer we get to people that know him, the worse it seems like it's getting for him.
Absolutely. The fact that his baby's mother told him, I'm not taking a side. I wanted you to go confront this and address this. This tells me that she is not saying, I believe you, Callie. And she's not saying, I believe you, brother. She's saying, this is a harsh allegation, Callie, and you need to confront it. Now, look at this. Based on what she does in the community, right? Or what she does for in her career, is something up in politics.
Mm-hmm.
D-Ham, if you were her, would you rather your baby daddy be a pedophile who got shot, or your brother be a liar? Which one?
I would rather. I definitely wouldn't want nobody to be a liar. I want to confront it, man.
No. I'm saying imagine you're the child's mother. Imagine
Okay.
you're the child's mother, right?
Mm-hmm.
So her career is high up. She's in politics. So let's just say it gets out that Callie is a pedophile who got shot, and that's her baby's daddy, right?
Right.
That's on his daughter forever. That's on her forever, because that's a horrible allegation to even be connected to him.
Right.
So it's either that or her brother got upset with Callie and lied, or her brother was told something that wasn't true, because her brother is not lying, but it still could be false,
Right.
because the brother's saying, I was told by the streets. You understand?
Yeah, I do.
So here's the thing. Callie's biggest problem is himself, because Callie wants to discredit the guy when he said, I heard this from the street. So Callie could say, you may have heard that, but bro, that's not true. Let me talk to you about it.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Come
Right.
talk to the family. Come meet the family yourself, bro. They can tell you. I wouldn't touch a child, bro. He could have said that day when dude brought it up to his face.
Yep. Yep. I agree.
So if I would have got shot and my homeboy would have came back and told me after going to get vengeance for me that he didn't do vengeance because he heard I got shot over some child, I'd have said, bro, no, I didn't. I swear to God, they're lying on me.
Right. Right. And
I would
that's
have said, I can take you to it. My girl. Listen. I know I was talking to your sister. Listen, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you the truth. I was messing around. I was messing around on her, but the girl's daughter lied on me, bro. She said I was hitting the mama. You can come over here and talk to her, bro, please, bro. And they it's his homeboy at the time. They niggas, so I know he understand. Like, even though that's his sister, niggas be cheating. So I'm sure he would understand that. He probably get Callie a punch in the mouth, but at least I ain't no damn pedophile. You see what I'm
right.
saying?
Right.
Like
100.
I give you the fair one as a brother. You want me to square up for cheating on your sister? I give you that, but you need to come talk to this family real quick so you can see I ain't no damn pedophile, because that's more real than anything right now.
Yes.
He's never handled this the right way, bro. You trying to make this man a liar when he said the streets told me. The streets told him, so that don't mean it's true.
Right. Right. Well, he ain't. You're right. If Cali gonna defend it, he should have done a better job. But instead of letting it get to this point, but overall, Nuck sources is telling him the truth.
It is. You got to think, if it's got to be consistent. If Nuck goes there to get vengeance and he hears what it is, he must know enough about Callie to say that's definitely within his character to accept that like that. Because
Yeah.
at first glance, at first, anybody who knows he wouldn't do it, like, hell no, that's not my nigga, yo. Because what if Callie would have died that day? Okay,
Mm-hmm.
would he have believed it was over touching a kid? Because, like, you my nigga, you better not believe no shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
You see
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? That's crazy.
It is, brother, and that's my point, man. You hitting it on the head. I just think that we have we witnessed a guilty man these last few days, you know, try to spiral out of control and try to get control of, you know, the narrative. Um, but it ain't working. It ain't working.
Absolutely. And you got to think the boy was in the community, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he shot Callie outside in the leg. He can't shoot a gun. He's a minor. He's not that good at it. He shoots the gun, probably drops the gun or something like that. He obviously has gun residue on his hands. It is true that a child shot him, so we do know that's a fact, right? So
Mm-hmm.
what Nuck heard was a child shot him over him touching his sister. That's what Nuck heard.
Yep.
So we got the sister that is involved. There is a sister to this brother. She is lying on Callie, according to the mama. But what we have is very consistent here. And so when they say, Callie goes, name the other time I got shot. When he says that, that tells me he's lying.
Mm.
Because all the details says this is the time we're talking about. You was shot in the damn leg. The only reason we're asking more times he got shot is because you told me you got shot for being robbed.
Right.
And that's the problem with that is you told me you got shot for being robbed. Why'd
Oh,
you
you
lie?
straight up lie.
You didn't even have to tell me you got shot before. That's not even my business. So you told me you got shot for being robbed in a ditch. Now he's saying he got shot in a leg and he was still in a ditch. So we're still talking about the same time because it's all the same. You see what I'm saying? You in a ditch
Yeah.
both times. You
Yeah, I
on
do.
Garby Road both times. It's in the leg. Neo
I
tried
do.
to say, well, he said shin. He said ankle or shin. The other dude is saying the knee. Come on, bro. That's good enough for somebody to
Just
be
straight
telling
lie.
you based on hearsay.
Yeah.
Somewhere in the leg. I got a homeboy named Kijik who got shot in the leg. And I can't tell you exactly if it went high or low. I think it went low, went up high through his thigh because he said it ended up going up into his body and out of his shoulder or something. But I can't tell exactly where it hit him on the leg, but I know it hit him in the leg. And that was my best friend at the time.
Right.
But I don't remember. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like for her to nitpick like that, just to try to disqualify the guy shows where she is with it too. It's unreal, man.
Mm-hmm. I totally agree, and that's my point. You know, so at this, you know, we gonna definitely uh break a little bit more of this down, but I just feel like, you know, at this point, man, he been put on the spot so much right now. He don't know which if he coming or going. You know, he ain't got nowhere else to go with his narratives.
Right.
So it's crazy.
Now you had a very great breakdown, man. I didn't want to intervene, but I definitely listened to the whole
No, I'm
thing.
glad you came up, man. You made it that much more. Uh, you know, I think bringing your insight in on some of the key things that I probably didn't have. I felt like I didn't want to be overkill. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Um, but you brought in some key things to pretty much highlight and to keep in front of us while we delve into all of this nonsense of this brother, man. And I just feel like, you know, your family being vindicated, you being vindicated, and your family being free from the terror from this guy is my main goal.
Yes,
You
sir.
know, so
Yes, sir.
like I said, I'm still gonna be glued to it to a certain extent, and I'm gonna be watching him. You know, I'm gonna be watching him. Um, and I want the conscious community to be aware.
Yes, and I want to say this too. From here on out, I want to be as serious as I can, serious as I can while covering this, being that it has gotten this serious. Um, when I listen back to the video of Callie trying to explain away him beating on his wife, his baby's mother,
Mm-hmm.
I joke some, and I know in hindsight that just don't sound good to me because that's a very serious issue. If you look at Callie's content, it's full of insults, attacks, and name calling. And if you guys notice, D Ham and I did not do any of that today. We're actually covering this in spirit and in truth. This is not an attack, and that's why I made it a point to stay out of the comments because I don't want people seeing this as an attack. It's not that. We're truly covering this,
No.
and I suggest this for anybody going forward when it comes to virtual advocacy. Um, we should be going about it to get the details to bring light to the whole situation, not taking anybody's side, as
Right.
you are risking your platform. You're risking your platform and your reputation, whether you like this person or not. So they need to know, if I'm going to cover you, I'm going to be honest. And if it doesn't go in your favor, so be it. But I'm going to cover it. And I could be wrong with it not going in your favor, but I'm going to do my best. And I can't be paid off. It is what it is, and it's going to be professional. Skits and insults do not set anybody free from lies. You're going to have to take the time to truly research. Otherwise, don't call yourself a virtual advocate. Don't take that burden on your shoulders, because you're not actually doing that person a service. Now, you don't have to necessarily do research if there isn't any to do, but logically cover the story and give insight, find plot holes, find holes in the story, things that make sense. But calling them duty head and things like that, guys, we've all been there, don't get me wrong, but I'm saying, going forward, as we have got some experience in this now, I think we should represent our channels the right way as actual virtual advocates if we're going to do this. Dham and I spoke a little on this earlier about how this should be covered, as it has a 13-year-old little girl involved, and a little boy who was a hero, who both are traumatized by this action, regardless of how it went. This is a horrible situation for those children, period. You know, and it seems that these horrible things follow Cali. And so I've always said, I've never attacked Cali. I've always been defending myself, and I don't have a need to attack him now. The only thing that my only issue right now with Cali is this story. I've forgiven him. He says he's not sorry. I don't care if he's sorry or not. I have no anger in his heart, so in my heart for him. So that must mean I don't need his apology.
Right.
He's been proven to be a liar, and the biggest thing right now is he needs to be worried about this case right here. And again, like I said, my hope is that he didn't do it, but I'm thinking that he did, man. His behavior showed me that he did. It's crazy, bro. I don't want to believe that, but apparently I've been hanging around a person like that, or I hung around a person like that for years. So he keeps saying I was attached to horrible people. Apparently he's right, bro. I can no longer deny it, because he's someone who I was attached to for years. But I want everyone to know that just because he's guilty of these acts, don't make me guilty of them. I know he alleges stuff like that, but no, absolutely not. One more thing, real quick. He tried to say, when I said I don't think he's gay because he didn't take the fruit, I didn't say that. I was giving theories. Okay, Callie's not gay on one hand, because if he thought the fruit was gay and he said no, that would mean he's not gay. Or Callie is gay and he wanted more than fruit. And the night was about over. He realized that, and he said, I don't want no fruit. And he laid back down, and he's pissed because he like, I came to this party, and it's some old regular old ceremony bullshit. This is what I told old dude. Dang, I can't think of his name right now. No, not Nook. The Aboriginal Power, the interviewer. So Callie clips that interview and act like I said Callie's not gay because he didn't take the fruit, as if I was offering the fruit as a gay gesture. I was saying if Callie believes the fruit is gay, him turning it down would mean he's not, or he was gay and came there wanting something to happen and realized by the night, as the night was getting over, this was not that type of party, and got upset. And I've seen this happen, Dham. Dudes will invite a girl over. She'll tell him she ain't doing nothing. Maybe she on her period, something like that. He'll say, come over, thinking that he got game and that she's lying about being on her period. And when these things are true, he'll be upset. And I think that maybe Callie thought that even though I'm telling him it's not that, maybe he thought it was that.
Right. Well, basically, I think that goes deeper into his homophobia. I think the man really, really is struggling in that in that way, and it just came out during that shroom ceremony. You know, all of his demons he had to face were front and center. You know, so I
Right,
don't think,
especially if he's saying Slim Bull warned him. Slim Bull commented and said, I warned Calvin that they was gonna try to do something to him at that party, something sexual to him. So
Yeah.
if Slim
Yeah.
Bull told him that, think about this: your cousin tells you this. Why would you go to the party?
Mm-hmm.
So if you went anyway, despite all these warnings you was getting, why didn't you not? Yeah, he had to have thought he was going to a gay party.
Well, not just that. I think it was some triggers though. I think that whatever the guy Slim was saying, it just triggered a lot of emotional, psychological emotions, and I think Callie, uh, it's almost like your subconscious, still
Right? Yeah,
giving.
those ideas could have sunk a little deeper, especially right
Yeah,
before the Shroom thing, and then now he's entertaining those thoughts while he's panicking, looking for me. You
there
know?
you go. It
Yeah,
came
I
out.
can see that.
Yep, that's what I believe.
Hmm.
So I just think, overall, man, you maybe like you said, you had to go through this, but we hopefully we can still get to the bottom. My main goal was not to get on here and cuss him out and all that, go down that path. Like I said, it's nothing personal. Only thing I'm trying to uncover here is the behavior, and I'm trying to line it up with logical, rationale. So if we can make sense of of what triggered Callie, and then why is he still driven that way? Well, we know what triggered it. He had to face his own demons. Why he's still trying to do this is because he's also has been exposed of a man that, uh he becomes a chameleon, and he takes on the personality of the people that he admires. He does these things, and then why him trying to take on these people's personalities or their characters? He's trying to also discredit the people he just took. So it's similar to, he don't like, he coming against you, but he want to be a guy in the community. He want to be this open, uh conscious person. Then he want to be this street hard dude, so he takes on Nut stuff, but also want to discredit Nut. um he takes on Jamal stuff, but want to discredit Jamal. this is
Hmm.
this is the formula or the format that he operates in. So
Hmm.
it's a lot coming out that I feel like now I see him for what he is.
Right. And if Seti said something about his shirt design, Seti would be a scammer too, or something crazy too. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
all the while, you got people who are teaming up with this guy who has witnessed him over the last year literally disrespect and terrorize a man and his wife about their newborn special needs son.
sure he has.
Terrorize the wife about her title, as it comes to me, by calling her a whore. And people are literally teaming up with this guy, questioning what I said to him in response to him asking me for a donation. They're questioning how I responded to him, saying I sound arrogant because of where I live and like I'm talking down to the homeless, twisting my words up about that. Meanwhile, they're defending the same guy who literally talked about my special needs child the day he was born. You see what
Yes,
I'm saying? Like this person is a nurse who takes care of special needs people, but he's online letting himself be seen, criticizing the person about their newborn child being special needs, telling them it's karma. This is this guy. When he talks about me, he calls me a toilet flusher, but he's an ass wiper. Everything he calls me to joke on in real life, he's worse. It makes no sense. And if I say he's an ass wiper, like I said, he's a loser when it comes to the homeless. He made that about the homeless to act like I'm insulting the homeless. When I say he's an ass wiper because he called me a toilet flusher, he'll say I'm insulting nurses. You understand what I'm saying? This is how he does. He plays the victim every time.
absolutely, man, and that's where we gon' pick it back up right here. Um, I think, we've gotten a lot out tonight, y'all. So, um, this is, you know a live that I thought to do that can kind of bring some type of clarity. So we're on pace now. We're on pace now because now we know who we're dealing with for real, for real. So I appreciate you, Kev, for grabbing the link and we gonna, you know what I'm saying, we gonna probably pretty much piggyback now off of it. We ain't got to really go into a lot of videos, clips, but we can definitely talk this thing out and based on what we already know. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And
So,
great build, man. And thanks to all of you guys who came by to watch, man.
oh
I know
yeah,
it's been a long time coming. It's been a long story, but we getting to the end of it. In my opinion, I hate to use these words. It's getting juicy. It's getting more interesting as it unfolds, man. And we're gonna
come on,
definitely keep you guys informed on it.
come on, and it's more to it, y'all. So I want y'all to be prepared. Because we may go back and double back. I think the next clip that I probably should play is him explaining the shooting again. So the next time I go live on this, I will be going back over the shooting incident. This particular live was highlighting him beating his baby mama. The next live is going to we're going to hear his own words of him explaining what happened with the shooting. Okay. And
there's also a clip, D-Ham. Did you see that clip that I put out on my page?
No.
It actually exposes him. Let me play that real quick out loud so people can hear it before we hop off.
Okay.
Yeah, this is really good. I've been taking little clips from things that he says and just put them up in my reels.
You're right.
Instead of going live about it and stuff like that. And that way, that's shorter for people to be able to just see those little clips instead of having to watch my whole live to see it. I know they can be pretty long, pretty lengthy. Hang on.
My past, who I used to be, out here in the streets. Who are you? What I used to do.
Listen to this.
Who I used to be, out here in the streets. Who are you? What I used to do. Now he's mad at me. Let's keep in mind he's mad at me, so he's gonna talk shit like I ain't shit. All right, he's gonna talk to you like he's gonna tell the story. Like I mean, I would too. If I'm telling the story about Kevin Wesley, a nigga I can't fucking stand, I'm gonna make him sound like the most bitch ass nigga, the most hating ass nigga. Okay. So let's peep the source. All right.
Did you hear that?
Yep.
Let's peep the source. Now he's talking about the uncle. He's saying the uncle is gonna say all these things about him because he don't like him, and then he tells on himself. Listen one more time.
My past, who I used to be, out here in the streets. Who are you? What I used to do. Now he's mad at me. Let's keep in mind he's mad at me, so he's gonna talk shit like I ain't shit. All right, he's gonna talk to you like he's gonna tell the story. Like I mean, I would too. If I'm telling the story about
my bad,
I was getting rid of my past.
He said I would too. He said I would do this too, right?
Yep.
I would too. If I'm telling the story, like I mean, I would too. If I'm gonna tell the story, like I mean, I would too. If I'm telling the story about Kevin Wesley, a nigga I can't fucking stand, I'm gonna make him sound like the most bitch ass nigga, the most hating ass nigga. Okay. So let's peep the source.
Let's peep the source, guys.
See what I'm saying? So we see what type of time he on, and basically he probably only admitting to this now because he know how close the walls are closing in on him, based on what the actual sources that are coming out is his family.
Right. I would never say that, D-Ham, about somebody who I truly believe was trying me. It tried me and was attacking me and doing all these things. And I said, I would never say that because what I'm saying about him has nothing to do with my dislike for him. You see what I'm saying? It's the truth about him. So him saying that literally told on himself.
Wow. Well, brother, we gonna be breaking it down. We gonna come back to that because I definitely wanna start with that.
I'll definitely be on the next one too, bro. Good build, D-Ham.
Okay, now have a good night, King.
Yes, sir, brother. Peace to you. Yes, sir.
I want to thank everybody for coming through. I want to thank all those that super chatted me, Amber Graham, My Deuce, Protect Your Peace. Thank y'all so much. I want to thank everybody who hit the live button, the like button and the share button. Thank y'all so much. Thank y'all for the cash apps. Thank y'all for the support. Thank you to all my mods. I'm Chosen, Miss Sexy Ray. Roz said Callie is not a nurse. Roz, we gonna come back. We gonna come back and we gonna break some more stuff down. This was just a great build to where we're headed with clearing Kevin's name and freeing his family from this torture from this man. Thank you, Healing Hearts, for being here. Thank y'all so much. Everyone who came through. I know the streets is hot, and I know Miss Felicia, she's going in, I guess. I'll check in on my other device and I see that the streets is lit up. So thank y'all so much. Thank you for all the people who came through. I am so grateful to have y'all as my support system. When I go live, y'all not leaving me by myself. Thank y'all so much for coming through. Miss Sexy Ray, thank you so much, Queen, for all you do for me. And I'm Chosen. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate y'all. And we're gonna be mixing the lives up. So it ain't gonna always be about Cali. But I am on a mission to clear up this situation and bring some clarity to it. That one, thank you so much. And I appreciate you, that one, because you've also blessed my Cash App a few days ago. So thank you so much. I am grateful to y'all. And I'm definitely in debt. My channel is now monetized. Y'all can always hit me with the super chats now or cash apps, and you can also become a member. So I love y'all. Y'all have a great night, and keep your prayers up for Kevin Wesley and his family, his beautiful family. Keep your prayers up for my family, and I'll do the same to y'all, for y'all. Much love and respect. Y'all go ahead and get in them streets. Love y'all. Y'all have a great night.